wrapping laundry. No, you wrap gifts, Demolition. You just fold the laundry. That's too much effort. Ahoy, landlovers. It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. And do not adjust your television set. That spooky music is apt. Also, my face has just become the outward manifestation of my emotional state, which is to say, we're real close on the line to having a mental break again. I can just feel it. If I had a Darkest Dungeon style stress gauge, I would be like I'd be at like 90%. Life is not kind. But I'm glad to see you here, and I'm glad to be playing some The Darkside Detective, which is one of those awkward sentences you only get with titles of things. So this game won the poll that I put up on the Discord. I did some research on spooky games that we have not already played on the channel that felt like they would be a reasonable fit. Narrowly, the Darkside Detective won, and we have some other options. But one thing that I'd like to draw your attention to, well, first off, look, it's the game, or rather it's the settings menu. And I say one thing, but there's multiple things to look at here. For one, the menu of the game has a setting for police corruption that defaults to on. I don't know what that means or if that does anything, but I'm gonna leave it on and we'll maybe find out together. Another thing, and I pointed this out a moment ago, and I don't know why I did it in this fashion, but so like, when I put that poll together, I tried to give an estimate of how many streams it would take to finish a game so we could try and plan out October some amount. And the original estimate seemed to put it at like, you know, like less than 10 hours all told, based on some like real tertiary research, because I don't want to spoil stuff. And so like originally, there were like 5 or 6 cases listed here, but then like there's a button that simply says unlock cases, and if you just click it and then click it again, then you get more cases. And somehow I feel like we're not gonna finish 9 cases in 2 streams, but like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the game flows, because you know sometimes we start Lamplight City, and despite it being about a main character who's haunted by a ghost in Steampunk City, it's not spooky at all. Now, this game was gifted to the stream by Uninvited Haggis, who has played through it, and seemed to endorse it being a October offering. So I feel like we're in good hands there. But yeah, it was a bit of a struggle getting this going for the stream. Let's hope nothing breaks. My very favorite part is I did a lot of work to get this set up during the week, and it was very stressful. And then I got it set up, and I was testing everything, and everything worked. And I can't tell you the last time that happened, and I was so excited. And then I pressed a button on the Steam Deck, and nothing happened. And then I pressed all the buttons on it, and none of the buttons on the Stream Deck worked anymore. And it's very important that the buttons on the Stream Deck work. It's why I've gone to a lot of effort to make it work, and none of them did, so then I had to update it and restart the computer and start the process of testing everything all over again. Yay. I wish I could remember what it felt like to win, but you know what? Maybe this game will offer that experience. So now that I'm done having my little pity party, let's talk about this game. I know very little about this game other than that it comes recommended from multiple sources, and that it's a retro point-and-click style game where you play as a detective in the small town of, you guessed it, Twin Lakes, and you play as a detective solving mysteries that seem to be related to, like, just straight-up actual monsters that just hang out in the town. But the like, launch trailer for the game had some throwaway line that suggested that the inhabitants of the town are so stupid that they don't actually realize that the town is completely overrun by monsters. It sounds like a fun premise. I think this is supposed to be the type of game that's, like, actually trying to be funny, as opposed to something that's, like, casually funny. The distinction is meaningful to me, but maybe not to you. But we'll get started in a minute. Just wanted to check in with chat, 'cause a bunch of people came in here right as I started that thing. So, hi Demolition, hi Sarah. Hi again to Angel and JM Platts, and Haggis stopped by to make a cameo while he's out. Hope to see him again later, but hope he's having fun. Thanks again to Uninvited Haggis for the game. Let's see what happens. I assume we start with case 01, Malice in Wonderland. Alright, case summary. The chief has sent me to the Jones residence. Dooley is there with further details. Start investigation. This is a really peculiar user interface to start with, but, you know, I guess the conceit is that we're just accessing files on the computer. The files are in the computer. Let's also just make a quick mention that, as with most games that we're playing for the first time, let me know if the audio levels need to be adjusted. It's really tricky to figure out the music balance because the spooky ambient music here dips from, like, barely present to actually kind of loud, and figuring out where it's supposed to be based on that, a little tricky. Also, nothing on the menus makes any kind of sound to gauge how loud sound effects should be. So I split the difference and put it in half, and hopefully we don't hear a shrieking banshee or anything. So let's see. Case 1, Malice in Wonderland. I feel confident there's no voice acting in this game. Let's see how inclined I am to do that today, huh? So, my impression... That feels a little loud. Let me know what you think. My impression is that, I don't remember the detective's name, but there's like a detective and an officer who's like kind of his partner, even though he's not also a detective. So I assume these two gentlemen are our main characters. What kind of voice does Officer Dooley have, do you think? I feel like maybe some kind of goofy voice. Probably not literally goofy, because that would probably get old, and I don't think I can do a very good goofy other than perhaps an occasional yuck. Also unclear to me if I'll ever have control of the menu again. It could just be a weird game. It could be like Murder by Numbers, where sometimes you just don't have the ability to save, despite it being a visual novel, where there's no, like, cutscenes or things that would prevent you from saving in the middle of them. The grammar of that sentence was poor at best. I'm gonna go... small town... small southern town. Like, Dooley somehow strikes me as just kind of like a well-meaning, perhaps slightly hapless name. Well, I almost shot you back there, detective. Shouldn't be sneaking around like that. Dooley, you watched me drive up. I had my siren on. You waved at me as I pulled in. I guess this place has me spooked out a little. So what happened here? Chief Scully said, just called me up and told me to get here ASAP, no details. 7-year-old kid, Alice, went missing a day ago. No sign of her leaving the house. Seems to be the kind of spooky crap, the kind of case you're into, detective. Do we have a special spook division in the local police department? Also, hi, Cotillion. How are you doing? Great. Let's get started. Well, I have a go inside button. I can talk to my friend Dooley. What's in my car? Our trusty squad car. I like to call it the Popo Moto. Oh, I have this. Hey, it's my menu and make the rain stop options. That's good. Restart feels weird. There's a restart button in the main menu that doesn't seem to do anything, and I don't know what that means. I assume that restart does the same thing as that, which confused me slightly. Anything else you have to add? After you, detective. You know, whenever standing in this rain stops being fun for you. Okay. Roy Jones. Officer Dooley, why is there a hobo dripping all over my carpet? That's Detective Francis McQueen, Mr. Jones. He's here to investigate. I see. Twin Lakes' finest, eh? What a friendly guy. I hope you don't smoke around your kid. Thankfully, Detective, I'm rarely around my kid. It's probably good for everyone after knowing you for 5 seconds. He's got a painting of a boat. Nice schooner. You dummy. It's not a schooner, it's a sailboat. Schooner is a sailboat, Dooley. Got him. I can't steal his drink for reasons. Oh, these folks must be millionaires. They do have a painting of a boat. So, how can I help you, detective? Tell me about Alice. I'll level with you, detective. I don't have many dealings with her. She has a limited conversation pool. You see, she's the non-player character in a video game, and so she has a limited number of phrases to draw from. She's 7. Exactly, a tedious age. So I leave that to the nanny. She's around here somewhere. I also don't deal with her very much. Also, being an NPC, her conversation pool is limited. Where were you last night? Why didn't you notice she was missing? I was out. How wonderfully shady. Have you got an alibi? Where I was is none of your business, detectives. My taxes pay your salary. They also pay for the cell and questioning room I'm going to have Dooley here take you to. Fine, call this number. They'll vouch for me. Busty Bell's Booty Boutique. I have no further questions. Ah, Bell's. Fond memories. I mean, where was he? A bell shop? What? Haven't heard of it. I received the item of matches. It made a noise. That's pretty much everything. How can I help? Yeah, this should be... Okay. It naturally ended the conversation. That's good. That's a nice touch. I like that. It's weird that I kind of just start naturally by the stairs. I feel like that's not the first thing I would check. I'm assuming that... Well, actually, that's a good question. Maybe it's implied that I walked directly into here, like the screen sort of represents the door I walked through to get into the house, or maybe it's in the hallway and it just sort of shortcutted us to talking to this man. Nothing ever ominous came from a lonely ticking grandfather clock in an otherwise empty house where spooky things are happening. This should be fine. This reminds me of my own grandfather. Your grandfather was a clock? What? No, he had a clock. Shame, I thought I'd finally found out something interesting about you. What? I'm interesting. Whatever you say, detective. There's something I can't interact with. That's maybe a light switch or a small abstract painting. This is the study where we can... Oh, closet. There should be inventory items in closet. Yeah, let me check out this box of junk. A black light bulb. May as well take it. Now all we need is a disco ball, some white clothes, and fat beats. Then we got ourselves a good night. A good night is finding this kid. I got a black light bulb. Anything else in this box of junk? All the other junk is of the useless variety. Okay. I didn't even notice that my matches are up here. You know, I don't even think I have to move the camera. I might actually be in the right place. That very rarely happens. But, you know, shout it out if it seems like something's missing. I'll try to keep an eye on it, too. Can I talk to Officer Dooley and get unique dialogue in every room? I assume that I'll get just like a stock dialogue for wherever we're at in the case. Did you follow me into this closet? You may have needed backup. Maybe I will get unique dialogue. So, what happens if I talk to him here? Does it seem odd to you that these folks don't have a kitchen or a bathroom? Oh, man. Hey, it's time for my average of once streamly shout out to the Glass Cannon podcast, of which I am a huge fan. They're currently running a massive, like, Delta Green, which is a role-playing system, but a massive Delta Green campaign that I believe is called Impossible Landscapes, and my takeaway from that title thus far is it's all about, like, going places that can't possibly exist, and they're very, very spooky and fascinating, and I'm very excited. Yeah, I do cover part of the dialogue box. It's a rather large dialogue box. Part of the trick is, if I go any lower, I'm kind of covering, like, the area where, like, items and stuff might be. Since I'm gonna read most or all of the dialogue, I'll keep it here for now, but good pointing that out. If we notice a better place, I will try to go there. The recession hit us all hard, Dooley. Can't all afford a fancy kitchen and bathroom. Some of us need to use the combination kitchen-bathroom, which is unpleasant for everyone. So, do you think we came from study or living room? I wonder. Apparently we came from living room, so what's in the study? Locked. I wonder where I'd find a key. And then we have a chandelier. One of those crystals is worth more than we get paid in a year. We could take one. You, passed the corruption test. Well done, detective. Oh, I actually forget if I mentioned it before or after starting the recording. There is in the menu a setting for police corruption that defaults to on. That's... You can always superimpose yourself on the portraits. I could do that, and it's like a funny joke for a while, but it does make it a little trickier to tell what's going on. I feel like somewhere recently I heard someone make a joke that, like, the future of streaming is for the streamer to just, like, superimpose themselves over the entire screen at, like, half opacity. Meaning that, basically, you would just see a ghost of me with, like, a green screen. So that, like, you'd see the game and then, like, a giant ghost Vasco. Well, since I can't go there... I think so far I'm a fan of the simplicity of, like, navigating the environment. But since I've already checked the closet and basically everything in this hall, I think the next thing to do is go upstairs. Is this? Oh, the attic. I see. A place this fancy deserves something nicer than plastic flowers. What will we do to make it nicer? Hi, Neko. Welcome to the stream. I keep forgetting to do this. I feel like when the VIP shows up to the stream and they already have the VIP, they should get a free... You know, to, like, announce their presence. Now that the Stream Deck's working again, I'll have to see if that new button function will allow me to make that work better. So we got master bedroom and daughter's bedroom. I feel like daughter's bedroom's a better place to start since Alice, the daughter, went missing, and that's mostly all we know. This is the... Wait. He said nanny, right? I mean, the mom's here. Is the nanny also here?
I don't
or
need
do
a
we...
map to get to Bonetown.
Or do we think that he's, like, so terrible of a person and husband and father that he just calls his wife nanny? For some reason, it occurs to me he might be that person. Oh, wait, I can talk to Teddy Bear? Heck yeah. Tell me where she is, bear! I'm only kidding. You don't know. You're only a bear. A stupid know-nothing bear. Ouch. Alright, I no longer relate to this character. What happened all of a sudden? It's very rude. Given the way these are written, I don't think we're going to get a lot of information out of Mrs. Jones right now. Hello, can I ask? My baby! My baby is gone! Can you tell me about Alex? She just disappeared, my baby! Is there any... you have to find her! Okay, that was very productive. Find her! Very upset. Understood. Hey, Critwitch, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Alright, let's check her art. Maybe there's secret clues in there. Horror games love to have children draw art that predicts dark futures for some reason. Hey, I know that tree. It owes me $5. A drawing of our suspect. Really? I'll put out an APB. No, Dooley, don't do that. I've never seen a horse with 5 legs before. Well... Let me steal her art supplies. I might need these to solve puzzles. This is no time for art, detective. Blacklight. This looks useful. That's curious. So I got a blacklight bulb from the junk box in the closet downstairs. But, like, the fact that I would also want a blacklight marker suggests that I want to leave a hidden note for myself? That's unusual. Let me check her drawers. That's a normal thing to do. I don't have much use for a dozen pink socks. No mention of this ominous hand-looking thing coming out of the... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, did I talk to Dooley in this room? This is a lot of pink. I think I'd have run off too. Just a quick pass to make sure I didn't miss like a hot spot, because I don't know if this game has one of those buttons that shows you the hot spots. And let's check the master bedroom. Okay, that's weird. The nanny's in here in the master bedroom. She's not a maid, so it's kind of weird that the nanny would be here. Let's check some photos first. Seems like a sweet kid. Don't worry, we'll find her, detective. Here's the painting of the wife. Hard to believe this is the same woman we spoke to. The stress of all this has hit her hard. I mean, it's the same pixelated character model. It's not that hard to believe. Alice and her mom look quite happy here. Do they have a dozen pink socks? Seems impolite to go rifling around in somebody's drawers uninvited. Alright, Nanny, tell me about Alice. Her name is Nanny McFiend. Did she do it? Did she do the crime? She's spoiled and sticks her nose where it doesn't belong. But that's what having super rich parents will do to you, I guess. Why are you in the master bedroom? I'm glad I'm not the only one asking this question. Nothing suspicious, that's for sure. No siree. How long have you been working for the Jones under some false pretense? Jones is detective. Even though it ends with an S, you still pluralize it. It's not really the best time. It's always a good time for grammar. Anyway, answer the question. Long enough to harbor no ill will whatsoever. That's a curious way of putting that. Say, you're the nanny. The very innocent nanny, yes. Do you have the keys for various rooms? I am a nanny, not a maid. Right, but do you? Yes. May I have the key to the study, then? Sure, there's nothing incriminating in there anyway. I do like the way that the dialogue is written. It sounds very much like something I would write, which makes me biased and also a narcissist. Is that a thing under the bed? Or is that just like a weird depiction of like the way the bed legs are? A waterbed, very fancy. Looks like something has been kicked under here. No, it doesn't. You received item Strange Page. May I look at Strange Page? It's a peculiar pattern from the Occult for Dummies book. Well, that's rather ominous. Hey, Mr. Generic Name, welcome to the stream. You're just in time to solve mysterious mysteries in this monster-ridden town, known as Twin Lakes, which I want to call Twin Pines, but also probably wouldn't be right. Because, you know, of all the time travel where a car crashed into the lake and then there wasn't a lake and then it was a single lake small. What am I talking about? Someone followed that. Let's go downstairs and open that locked door. I'm told there's nothing incriminating in here, though, so I think we're gonna hit a dead end pretty soon. Oh, I have to use the key. Alright. This should unlock the study for me. Okay. If I simply click it, I will observe it. If I click and drag it, I will interact. I think the menu explained that, but the game itself did not. Presto, we're in. Huh. Not as immediately incriminating as I might have suspected. Roy Jones Esquire. Takes a certain type of person to have an oil painting of themselves. An old oil lantern. Seems to have some oil left, too. Cool, I took an oil lantern for some reason. Is it a statue or is it a whole dog? This statue is ugly enough to be worth a lot of cash. Can't interact with Vase, I assume. His magazine collection. Jeez, this guy is obsessed with jugs. Yeah, man. That's a real Vasco booty move, is to have just magazines about jugs, you know? It's another lovely pair of jugs. I'm not one to argue. Do I get different results from the other stack? I assume not. No, okay, just making sure. You have anything to say in this room that's fun? Never trust a man who owns too many books, that's what I say. How many books are too many? 6? And how many books do you own? I don't feel comfortable with this line of questioning. A nice collection of books. The dust suggests they've not been looked at in some time. Shame! Shame! Armchair. Hey, I just realized there are only 2 seats in this entire house. This is fun. This I enjoy a lot. I enjoy the fact that we have simplified the structure of the house for the sake of, like, making it not a headache to navigate. Like, it's pretty streamlined and fun to do. But then we also poke fun about the fact that we did that. And we did it without just, like, breaking the fourth wall and being like, oh, the developers were too cheap to make another chair. Like, those jokes usually aren't that funny. But I like that they're just like, this guy's super weird. He doesn't have a bathroom and he only owns 2 chairs. Don't be daft, Dooley. There are more. They're just off camera. Alright, that's a little closer to that joke, but I'm still okay with it. Really didn't learn much in here, huh? So I got a lantern. The lantern is an oil lantern and thus wouldn't make use of the blacklight bulb. So it's not like I'm gonna find a hidden message in here. I guess I could try showing people this ritual page and see if it strikes a chord with them. I think the best thing to do would be, like, ask this guy who sucks about it. He certainly wasn't the one who did it. Does he know anything? Okay. Oh, I should verify... I should call the number on the matches and verify his alibi is a thing I should do, right? Better check his alibi. Dialing noises. Hello? Is this Bells? Busty Bell's Booty Boutique. Busty Bell's Bosom Bordello. Busty Bell's Bond... Yes, would have been fine. I'm a thorough woman. No question left unanswered. No desire unfulfilled. No fantasy unexplored. No... I get the picture. Are you sure? I could send you one if you'd like. Would it be included in that issue of Jugs? By which I mean, did you place an ad in the magazine that's about Jugs? Was a Mr. Roy Jones in your establishment last night? Couldn't say. Client confidentiality. Identities are concealed, sometimes in masks. This is a police matter. I'm Detective Francis McQueen. Frankie McQueen, of the Darkside Division. Yes. Tell Dooley I say hello. I'm glad this screen resolution doesn't let you make out that I'm blushing. Happy to help a friend of Dooley's. Yep, Roy Boy was in here last night. Roy Boy? Some questions even a badge won't get answered. Okay, thanks, goodbye. If you find yourself needing anything else, just pop on by. I forgot there was an attic. Oh. Hey, I got an achievement for that. And the game capture didn't pick that up, which is nice. Because it shouldn't do that. Apparently, it is not necessary to verify his alibi, so it makes me feel clever that I did it. But also, probably 100% of people do that or something. Yeah, something bad's gonna happen here. Paint cans. Those look heavy enough to knock somebody out cold. Okay, those are both considered paint cans. What about these boxes? A box marked Anne's Broken Dreams. Broken lamp. May not be broken after all. Just a blown bulb. So, since I didn't pick that up, I hope this doesn't reveal somebody's attic shame. My heavens. That doesn't look ominous at all. Look at some of these other things. Paint thinner fell when the shelf gave way. Not much left in it now. So is the idea that we painted this ominous occult archway, but then used the paint remover so that it wasn't visible that they did that? Is that more or less the idea? Looks like the shelf gave way recently, spilling paint thinner all over the wall. I see. Maybe the idea, instead of that thing I just said, is the fact that the paint thinner spilled and removed some of the symbols, and thus this door closed. And so I need to be able to replace it. Maybe. How's this music? Is this too loud? It feels a little too loud. I mean, there's no in-game dial. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Assuming it will actually let me do that. Great, that's the only thing I can do. Yes, I realize the paper has the rest of the symbols. I'm just trying to piece out what the story is. Let's move this two notches down. 2 of them. I think that's probably about right. Let me know. Can I check this? Forgotten members. Okay, so let's try like making him compare them first, and then try to use the blacklight pen. Seem to have everything I need. Let's get down to some spooky hijinks and redraw those missing symbols. Apparently I was supposed to do this gradually instead of picking everything up like an adventure game playing sociopath, but I think you know me better than that. Oh, that's kind of fun. I get to do like a little matching thing. So I need some stairs and a Tetris. That goes here. And then I need and a T-equals. A T-equals with some goofy eyeballs. And then I need like a partial Tetris. Like a Tetris glitch. It's made of many different Tetris shapes. That should be it. I can tell because the mystical door opened. Great! Maybe now's a good time to stop doing, well, anything, really. By the way, I didn't talk to him in this room. Tetris Prison. Yeah, Tetris in Prison's a good name for that one. I wonder if I can file for early retirement. Alright, let's go through a spooky door. Even I'm not foolish enough to go in there with no light. Oh, fair enough. I wasn't sure if the black was a metaphor, but I have some matches and a lantern. I should probably light this thing. You know, just in case. Now I have a light source, or do I have to click it on the door? Alright, I'll click it on the door then. You got me. Okay, Dooley, let's do this. No offense, Detective, but I'm going nowhere near that creep fest. I'll, stand guard out here. Hi, Alice. Oh, wow, it's like the upside down in here. It's like literally just the other room reversed. That's upsetting. Hello, mister. Hey, kiddo. Are you here to take me home? Yep. Good. I'm hungry and the sounds from downstairs are scaring me. Yeah, let's get out of here. Crash bang. Not so fast, Detective. Where's Dooley? That idiot? I knocked him out. I can't have you snooping around anymore, so I'm going to have to trap you here. At least take the girl. Oh, I intend to. I'm her legal guardian, after all. It's my job to look after her, especially if anything should happen to her parents. Say, for example, they're getting trapped in the Darkside's version of their bedroom. It's where they'd be now if Alice hadn't gotten into my stuff and stupidly trapped herself up here. I figured it'd be best to lay low until you had gone. I thought you'd have given up by now. I'm not sure if we get to exhaust all these dialogue options, or if it will be important to choose the right one. Let's see. What kind of cop would give up on a missing kid? So that's what this is, an inheritance scheme? Even if you get rid of me, then what? Or once Dooley wakes, you and your scheme will be done for. I'm gonna assume I get only one of these, and then I'm gonna try and fish for information as to what the rest of the plan is, but I might be able to go through all of them. Alice knows what you're up to. She's a smart kid. If she's so smart, she'll know to keep her mouth shut. Okay, what kind of cop gives up on a missing kid? Most of the TLPD? That's fair. So that's what this is, an inheritance scheme? You have to admit it's a fairly perfect crime. It is, actually. Something about Dooley will definitely save me. Good point. I'll just have to get you to drag him into here with you. For some reason, that's just not how I would say that sentence at all. Let me try saying it again. Good point. I'll just have to get you to drag him into here with you. Yeah, it still sounds wrong. Okay, drag your friend in here, and no funny business. Luckily, I got myself some paint thinner to just, like, have a taste of your own medicine! No! Problem Solvent is the name of the achievement for solving that case. You know, if the cases are super rapid fire like that, maybe even with the bonus ones we'll finish quickly. But that's delightful. Let me tell you one thing I really like about that. Not just the fact that the writing's been really good so far, or that everything in there was, like, pretty logical. I mean, you could argue that, like, given the scope of the case, it's pretty easy to figure out where most of the things go and what to do with them or whatever. But, like, I like that nothing was super obtuse. I like that all of the puzzles were clever, to some extent. I like that there's a little bonus thing for calling in the matchbook, and you get to talk to Busty Bell, which is a good bonus. And, I mean, I think that this just represents something, like, I feel like nowadays, a lot of games will get really caught up in having some, like, huge scope, and the developers will have a tendency, certainly not all games do this, but I think a lot of game developers have a tendency for their reach to exceed their grasp. And, like, you'll see these, like, strain points in the game where it's like, you tried, like Winter More Tactics Club, which we finished playing earlier this year, I think is a really good example of this, where, like, it was a solid little game that they seem to picture as being, like, a much bigger event than it was. And so, like, just playing the main story kind of felt like it dragged on after a while, and, like, the game mechanics didn't really develop over time with it. And so, like, a game that I, like, probably would have given a pretty good score to, like, I eventually kind of soured on, because it just, like, took a really long time to play through. But, like, this was great. Like, it's a small-scale case in a limited number of environments with some simple puzzles and great writing. Like, perfect. Love it. Big fan. So the kid got into the nanny's stuff and accidentally used it to trap herself in that creepy attic? The dark side, but that's a surprisingly succinct summary of things, yes. Shame the nanny was certifiable. She was a looker. Duly, she was dabbling in the dark arts, with a plan to trap innocent people in a parallel world, kidnap their child, and steal all their cash. I said it was a shame, jeez. Wonder where the nanny got the occult books from anyway. That stuff is hard to find these days. Case for another day, I guess. First of all, we have to figure out what kind of paperwork covers this mess. Case closed. It's got a little solved marker on it. Great. Good times. Let's move on to Tome Alone, and then from there, I presume that we continue unlocking stuff. Still kind of unclear about what the bonus thing is. I don't know if this is like free DLC that was included, or because this was gifted to me, maybe Haggis got like a version that came with DLC or something, but like it's weird that there's like secret bonus cases that aren't a secret, they're on the main menu. But let's just move on to Tome Alone and worry about that later. Wonder if you get an achievement for doing what she says and trapping yourself and your partner. I'm inclined to guess, Neko, that this is the type of game that won't let you do that, but I could be mistaken. Alright, Case 2, Tome Alone. Dooley suggested a visit to the library. He must have seen the strange storm gathering over it. But didn't he just tell us that you shouldn't trust someone who has more than 6 books? He must hate the library, so this must be serious. Tome Alone. Okay, we finally got there. Oh, that's a very spooky storm. Okay, what's the case, Dooley? Fill me in. A case? No, I have some overdue books to drop back. That's a weird place to put a contraction for I have, even though I have is appropriate in that sentence, and somehow it makes me feel good about the southern accent decision. So that purple swirling vortex thing above the building has nothing to do with why we're here? Come on now, detective, you're hardly gonna arrest the weather. The things you'll try to do to justify this department. Let's get this over with. Very good. Nico says in Portal you can do things like that and get called out for being brain damaged. Yeah, and like Portal's the kind of game where you could do that. There's definitely other games that do it, but like because these cases are very short, and it doesn't seem like the kind of game that would like boot you out to the start of the case to like replay it, I'm inclined to think that you're just supposed to solve it. But I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. How many cases do we need to solve, do you think, to get a car that doesn't leak in the rain? Oh man, have you ever had a car that leaks in the rain? My old Mustang used to do that. I found that out the hard way. That was a rough discovery. Luckily it doesn't rain too much here, but that just meant I was unprepared for when I did learn that. It keeps us fresh, sharp even. Statues? These statues make me uncomfortable. They're not very welcoming. They should at least be reading a book or wearing some glasses or something. Before this was a library, it was where the mayor kept her lion collection. Alright, that clears that up. We'll be done in a jiffy, Detective. That should be everything outside, I think. Fines for being late? How are books late? It's not like they have places to be. You're not charming your way out of this, Patrick. Rules are rules. Can't we come to some kind of arrangement? Do you have any parking tickets you want to see go bye-bye? Dooley, are you trying to bribe your way out of a fine? No? Here's an arrangement for you. I'll drop your fines if you arrest that troublesome kid. Kid? The one who's responsible for the storm. And, you know, the ghosts. Ghosts? What? Tell me about these ghosts. What were you saying about ghosts? This place is haunted. You know, the usual stuff. The usual? Flickering lights, floating books, strange noises, eerie purple storms. It's chasing off the readers. And you say the kid is to blame? He's the only one here often enough. Suspiciously often, if you ask me. I'll look into it. Do, or else I'll call a pair of oddball priests and/or questionable ghost-busting startup to come fix this. What books did Dooley borrow? He had Rules to Have Two, Roswell, New Mexico, Where the Aliens Really Experiment on Us, and The Law. What is it, and do we really need it? Hey, what happened to librarian reader privilege? Not a real thing, buddy. I take it you gave up on the law book. Not enough pictures. And what's that you're reading? Skylight, the heartbreaking tale of a girl who falls in love with a reverse vampire. Of a what now? A reverse vampire. He can only come out during the day. I'm at the part where it's her prom night and he promised to take her, but the clocks went forward and now it's on at night. What happens if he goes out at night? He gets really sleepy. Sounds interesting. What? It sounds awful, Detective. Goodbye. If you need anything else, I'll be here. Unless I'm not. But since I'm an NPC in this game, I'll probably be here. Is this your to-read pile? Oh, I've read all those. This desk is missing a leg, so I'm using them to balance out the computer. Can't look at the computer, or the filing cabinet, for that matter. This library has an elevator and a plant. Yeah, I agree. A reverse vampire kind of just sounds like an old man. But, you know, maybe you're into that kind of book, although it's unsettling that he's taking a girl to prom, maybe. From a certain angle, it looks like Dooley has crazy hair. I thought you found owning books suspicious. It is. What kind of secret stuff are you reading that you can't get it from your local library? Maybe people just like having their own books. Maybe it's a germ issue. Oh, man. I would make a Glass Cannon podcast reference about that priest who's concerned about people touching his holy book, but I'm not allowed to make a second reference during the stream. I only get one per stream. Germs? You really will believe in anything Hollywood tells you. Oh no, I know about your voting preferences now. I could take the elevator or go to the office. Go to the office. Calendar. I got this for Doris last time I had to get out of paying fees. I'm gonna have to up the ante this time. Wow, look at that calendar. Look at it. I guess it says that dinner did not happen. Oh, is that good, bad, or... Turns out you stood outside the wrong restaurant for an hour because they meant a different location. Boy, let me tell you, I've done basically that before, so sorry that happened. But hey, you're back, and we're playing this game. We solved the first case, and it was great. Definitely an A+. A++. And we just found this delightful Skylight calendar. This guy doesn't look like an old man, but he seems to act like one. Seems like there's a lot of stuff I could look at. I gotta be able to take some scissors or something, right? Never know when I'll need to cut something in half, or a lazy approximation of half. Yeah, got scissors. Anything else? Maybe there's some files in the computer. Computer seems to be broken. It's not broken, it's hollow, so they can store more books in it. Oh my god, the files are in the computer. I really enjoy the access to secret areas this job gets us. Staff only? Not on our watch. Okay. Photocopier. An old photocopier. Can't imagine this gets much use. Oh, it does. When you renew your card each year, Doors takes a photocopy of your butt for the records. Everyone's butt? Just mine, now that I think of it. That's the price of working out, I guess. But if she's into his butt, I feel like there might be a saucier arrangement than to rid the town of a purple curse storm. But in fairness, you should probably get rid of the curse storm. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your loaning rights are revoked due to books overdue. She wrote a poem for someone with overdue books and then threw it away? Okay, fair enough. Looks like some of these coats have been here for years. We should go through their pockets. You know, for evidence. I got a button. Anything else? What a disappointing haul. Alright, I think that's everything in this room. I like that I feel like I can check each room thoroughly and not waste my time because the dialogue is fun even if I find nothing. But that, I'll have a pretty good sense of the fact that I've checked everything because the environments are pretty, streamlined? I was gonna say, limited, but that sounded insulting. I really don't think they are limited. I think that they are streamlined for maximum entertainment value, which is a great thing to aspire to. An old elevator? Where's the staircase? We have none. There was a fire, and ironically, the fire escape was the only thing that was destroyed. Dang. Ooh. Hey, hang on. Can I use this button as an elevator button and go to the horror? I don't have the skills to wire up a normal button. Never mind this one. Well, you can't blame me for trying. That would have been pretty good, and maybe we'll do it later if I read a book called How to Wire an Elevator Button or something. So I presume I'm at reception. Sci-fi and fantasy children. I assume... now, that could be where the child is hiding, doing weird occult things, and summoning ghosts and whatever, but it could also just be where they keep the books for sci-fi and fantasy children, like the Children of the Corn. Oh, good, there's like a weeping angel. That's like a theme. What odd leaves this plant has. That's just the dead tree from where Doris dries her stockings. That sounds like a fact you would hear about Gruntilda from Banjo-Kazooie. They made the reference. I looked at the statue and he said, "Don't blink!" And that's the whole joke, but that's fine. That's all you need. Little Devon. What about this one? The words are short, and I think I can read the whole book from one cover to the other cover. Oh, is that suitable for my age range? I read a book about books for my age range, and they're all books about boys and wizards and talking dogs. Okay, I'll try it. I hope I like it because I've read all the books about boys and wizards and talking dogs in here. Well, we do have some flickering light. Oh, I could look at a train? I've always loved trains and trams. Not monorails, though, thinking they're better than everyone because they're up in the air. I hope I get to have a pet robot someday. Too many responsibilities. Feeding it, rubbing its belly, teaching it to overthrow humanity. Why would you teach it that? I want to be on their good side when the inevitable happens. That's kind of fair. Let's look at these books real quick. Why Your Parents Don't Love You. Anne and Barry face financial ruin. Little and Big Pooh saved the day. Maybe it is your fault. Little Billy and the Crushed Dreams. Baby's First Hangover. Why Your Parents Don't Look. Do I get different results from the other side of the room? Bad Baby Incites a Riot. Kindergarten Kate summons the devil. Grumpy Chris hates to play. Learn to count to 107, the largest number known to science. Didn't I just make a joke about this yesterday during 999, or was that something else? I feel like I said something extremely similar to this recently. A guide to baby safe shots. To baby? I don't know that I know that joke. I don't think I get it. Daddy's little disappointment. And then there's toys I can look at. The Viewmaster. I loved these as a kid. I'll take this and see if I can find a use. It's times like these that I miss walking the beat. Cool, I got that. Can I have Dinosaur? The dust is wrong under this. It makes me think it was moved recently. Alright, that's probably good to know. And then there's a vent. It's a cold draft coming from the vent. That can't be good for this kid's health. You know, the game store that I used to go to before the whole pandemic thing happened had, like, a really conspicuous vent over, like, one seat that it would set up for its, like, Magic the Gathering tournaments. So there would just be, like, one pair of seats that were just, like, directly under the vent, and it would feel like it was, I don't know, probably, like 56 degrees Fahrenheit or something under the vent. And if you move, like, one seat next to it, it was like, like 70, and cool. Oh, Neko, I wonder if these books can answer some questions about my parents. I would hope not. I guess you want to get some of these books for your kids in the future? I would hope not. Let me take this floating book, maybe. Well, that's not right. Neat trick. What magic book did you learn that trick from, kid? It's not magic, it's nothing. Can I have the teddy bear? Will I be nicer to this teddy bear than I was to the one in the last case? You look familiar. Have I arrested you before? Okay, no new dialogue checking those a second time. I guess it's time to talk to little Devin. Who are you talking to, kid? I'm not telling you anything. I heard what happens to people who do a snitch. Is it the same bear? I think it's the same design. I don't know if it's the same sprite, but it's like basically the same bear. Modern media is really making our job hard. Okay, so no additional dialogue options there either. What happens if I do remember the menu saying that sometimes I could basically, like, equip a thing. If I put on the Viewmaster, could I see a spooky ghost? I need to find some film to put in it first. That's not exactly how a Viewmaster works. It's kind of how a Viewmaster works. Alright, so I got a button, scissors, a spooky ghost, and I don't think I could do anything in here for now. Okay, it's a little haunted over here, too. That's good to know. Swords and shield. Great way to start a conversation there. I mean, I feel like our detectives are on top of their interpersonal skills. I think they put a lot of points in charisma for Twitch. If we lived in medieval times, we'd be living the adventures of ye Darkside Bailiff and his squire Dooley. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger, until I found out they had to go into space. Looks like some of that rocket's aluminium. I've learned a thing about this game. Is coming off. That could be useful. I got a metal strip. Might be able to use that to wire the elevator button to the horror section. This is hiding behind my microphone. How convenient. I'd have expected to go through a series of semi-logical puzzles to get this. Cool, I got an old library card. Now it's time to read a bunch of book titles again. Glum Tales of the Sad Venturer. That's a very good one. The Library of Books. Ooh, I actually like that a lot, too. I like the notion of something like Harry Potter and the Library of Books, and you're like, but that's not even like a... That's just a library. Dragon Ageism. Nice. The Witcher. Tales of an Indecisive Adventurer. Fantastic Geese and Where to Find Them. Alright, and back to start. And what about these sci-fi books? Fantastic Orbit. Drowned in moonlight, strangled by her own bra. Alright. Dr. Whom's thrilling adventures through grammar and structure. Space Hike. Boldly going to places safely explored by others. How to woo a Wookiee. Mass defect. They came from space. They were brains. Brains from space. Space brains. Blasters, 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 and other space weapons. Intergalactic ballistics for cats. Astro trolls. There we go. Back to start. And what else we got? I think it's just look at the chessboard. What a great game, eh? Yeah, funny looking drafts pieces, though. Wait, what? Is this a British joke I don't understand? Yeah, I don't understand this British joke, I think. That's fine, that's acceptable. Oh, actually, I should look at the library card. It may contain information I need. Doctor Whom's is a definitely better written Doctor Who. I mean, I'll admit it's been a while since I've kept up with Doctor Who, but, like, I believe that to be a passable bar. Oh, drafts is British for checkers. That does make that joke make sense. I definitely didn't understand it, though. The title regarding cat ballistics doesn't scare anyone. I don't know what will. I mean, have you ever seen Laser Cats? I imagine it's like Laser Cats. Particularly because I think it was on the sci-fi shelf. I was gonna check this. The library card of one smug-faced Paul Conway. Okay. It's possible I'll need to make a fake ID with a series of semi-logical puzzles. It's making a joke since Doctor Who is a grammar book. I was also making a joke because Doctor Who is something that you could write better than. It's a slightly meaner joke, but it's still a joke. Reading, what's this painting about? Professor Theodore Library, inventor of the library. I remember seeing a still of this on the Steam page when I was trying to get a trailer to put on the poll. It's good. Nope, not one word of that is true. Yeah, but like it could be. I didn't actually check what wing we're in. Where are we at? The hobby do-it-yourself. Fair enough. Okay. This glue looks like I'm going to pick it up. And I'm increasingly thinking that I'm going to put my own picture on that library card. Somebody seems to have left some glue here. It's no duct tape, but it could be useful. I complained earlier about how I've been having a really bad time recently. Part of it is that a few weeks ago, during the, like, several days in a row of intense 100-degree weather here, part of my air conditioner in my bedroom broke. The vent that takes the hot air out of the room sort of cracked open. Then I had to use some duct tape to seal it shut, and then it sort of did that again, and then I had to duct tape it a second time. And then just today, just late this morning, I discovered that at some point since yesterday, the other end of that same vent where it meets into the air conditioning unit, so that the hot air can go out of the unit and go up the vent and go outside, the whole casing just like cracked off, so that I had to duct tape that too. Soon the air conditioner will be more duct tape than it is technology. Well, maybe duct tape is technology. Your mileage may vary. Pots and brushes. Another Britishism that definitely tells you that this game was made in the UK, or at least in Europe, maybe adjacent to the UK. Why are these fake? Well, you can't have kids painting over the books. I mean, you could. This mannequin looks like he's jumping. You'd jump too if somebody shoved a pole up your behind. Granted. Wait a minute. These are printouts of children's art. Look at Mr. Moneybags in his deep pockets, rich enough that he can pay child artists for original works. This guy. Jeez. I mean, honestly, I feel like repeatedly taping the unit is a more cost-effective solution as long as it lasts than it does, because I know roughly how much that unit costs, and it's not cheap. As long as the tape suffices, it's a preferable solution. Alright, it's titles time in the do-it-yourself section. How to DIY yourself. No, wait, how to do DIY yourself. I'm really good at DIY. I get my sister to do it for me. This one's called Building Mediocre Mysteries by the Spooky Doorway team, who are the developers of this game. DIY, because you're too broke to pay someone else to do it. So Your Government is Broken by C. Guevara. Wonder what the C stands for. The Definitive Guide to Landscaping from Outside to Downstairs. Oh, that's quite a definitive guide. Maybe Officer Dooley can fix your vent. I imagine his sister could probably do it for me. And then we're back at start. Okay, great. And hobby books. Turning duct tape into pants. Make your nethers sustainable. Is duct tape sustainable? I'm not sure if that's the way sustainable is meant in this sentence, but like, is duct tape made of sustainable materials? I don't know this to be true. I accidentally clicked to leave because it's kind of close to where I would click the bookshelf. Things you can fill your jam jars with, Volume 3. Well, this is actually a great book for us to check out because in our current playthrough of 999 from the Zero Escape series, we've found an awful lot of jam where I wouldn't expect it, so you kind of need to repurpose those jars with something. You're probably right, I think that is Chuck Guevara. Whittling dice out of larger dice. You may know this, I talk about it occasionally. One of my favorite games of all time is the Pirates of the Spanish Main, a tabletop miniatures game where you would get a pack of cards that looks like a booster pack from another collectible card game, but instead of it being simple cardboard cards, it was these like polystyrene punch-out pieces that you would fold into a little pirate ship. It's very good. In order to market it as there being an entire game in every pack, they included one of the world's tiniest D6 in every single pack. Adorable. Detective, the Inspectioning. Investigative role-playing in the world of Darkside. Hardwood and where to find it. And back to start. Did I talk to you in this room? I don't see why we're sticking around here, Detective. You couldn't have said that when I picked up the glue? Sometimes I feel like you don't see me as anything more than a ha-ha sidekick. I don't know why he gets that impression. I don't think I talked to him around this floor. Do you have one brown coat you wear all the time, or a wardrobe full of the same style? Oh, I didn't go over here yet. For some reason I thought I had, but I had not. You want to play the cute pirate game? I do too! It's really hard to get people to play it with me. It's so hard to get people to play that game with me that almost every person I know who ever played the game with me even once has given me every single pirate ship that they own. It's sad. It's sad for me. Oh, hello, miss. I wasn't expecting anyone to be here. Oh, hello. My name's Roxa. I'm here to study strange goings-on. I guess that's why you're here too, Detective. Oh, sure, that's me, always investigating stuff, totally on purpose. Want to share what you found? Well, it's not much, but there seems to be a strange concentration of energy in the next room. I'm searching the internet for a way to be able to see whatever it actually is. Well, let me know if you find anything. It might have something to do with, like, film and a Viewmaster, maybe? I don't know. Detective the Inspectioning couldn't be worse than some of the other World of Darkness games. I assume that's the WOD acronym. I don't actually recall what the World of Darkness games are. I feel like I should know some of the titles, but I don't know very much about them. Time always seems to stand still in boring places like libraries. Who doesn't need chalk in the 21st century? Most people? A fair point. Let's talk to Dooley. You look uncomfortable, Dooley. It's this whole reading room thing. I mean, should we be reading right now? Can I not read anywhere else? Does the room itself read? And if so, what does it read? You have a special mind, Dooley. Chief Scully says that that's why she assigned me to your department. Okay. Oh, Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning. Gotcha. Those ones, gotcha. Let's look at her books. That's a rude thing to do, without asking permission. I hope there's nothing contraband in this pile. I wish. You know what I mean. I don't, but I assume you're flirting or something. So, ghost hunting, eh, detective? That's classic... Because there's a whole bunch of eerie mumbo-jumbo going on here. So you noticed then. I'm majoring in the occult at TLU. You can do that? Thought all that stuff was banned. Somebody has to catalog and ban it all, detective. Right. It's all fairly hush-hush. So, what does one study with occultism? Whatever you want. I went with computer science, so I wouldn't be studying two impractical subjects. That is a good call. Probably should have done that myself. From experience, I can tell you that the occult doesn't pay much. Jeff, more? No, that's one. She had 2 lines of dialogue, and that's exactly it. And by 2 lines of dialogue, I mean 2 exchanges. That was longer than I thought it was. The microfilm room might have film I could put into my Viewmaster. The microfilm reader's broken. If I want to look at any microfilm, I'll need to find another way to do so. This microfilm looks a little bit like irradiated creepers, and I have some concerns about that. Because I have board games at home and no one to play them with. That actually reminds me, even though it's not particularly relevant. I even managed to win the Pirates of the Spanish Main made like a sort of simplified board game version of the miniatures game, so that it could be sold as a board game and act as an introduction to the game. I won that in a contest once. I got it for free. I have no idea where it is because it's somewhere in my parents' house and I have no idea. But that was fun. I really love that game. This box is radiating energy, like Roxa said. I think there may be a clue. There's too much here to take. Even my pockets have their limits. So does that mean I should use the Viewmaster on it, or that I need something else to help pick out something of use from it? The film is too big. It's a square peg, round hole situation. Okay. Skizzers. Well, I've destroyed some historical material. Let's hope there was a point to this. Man, if ever there was like an axiom to put on the crest of all point-and-click adventure games, I think it would be, let's hope there was a point to this. So now that I've done that, can I pick it up? Okay, no. I had the right idea with the Viewmaster, I just needed to use scissors first, which is slightly weird, but okay. It's actually curious. I'm not sure that I feel like that step was necessary narratively, but maybe they felt that it was an important step in the historical accuracy of the size discrepancy between microfilm and the Viewmaster. And it says, I've always been fascinated by microfiche from afar. Such an effective method of storage. Darn those nerds for digitizing the world. Yeah, but like, anytime there's like a mystery of any kind, even if the internet exists, you still gotta go to the library and check that microfiche. Although now that I'm thinking of it, like a lot of the stories that immediately come to mind where that happens definitely take place in the 80s. Specifically the 80s, not just the past. Well, it fits. Let's look at what I didn't accidentally chop out of Twin Lakes' recent history. Spider Moths. Do it again! I assume that's the name of the mascot for the local town. Do it again sounds like they were on some kind of winning streak instead of having burnt down yet another stadium. Major staff cuts at City Library. I click here? No, I clicked the next button to get... Budgetary cutbacks have seen the local library reduced to a skeleton staff. I know Doris is old, but that seems a bit unfair. It means very few people work here. Oh, yep, just Doris now, and she's actually a retired volunteer. Tough times. Computer stock goes up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. Select start? Is that right? I never did memorize the Konami code. I shouldn't have read that aloud. I think I may have just summoned something. Speaking of summoning something, Crackpot Detective claims teenagers' tags were ritual meant to show the dead that walk among us. That's another, like, weirdly written sentence. Crackpot Detective claims teenagers' tags were ritual meant to show that the dead walk among us. So they did some vandalism, and it was supposed to be an occult symbol that would prove that the dead walk among us. I remember this kid. Wait, what? Ah, of course. Now the symbol's in the Viewmaster, so if I hold the Viewmaster up to my face, I can see ghosts. That's neat. It was a good game so far. Hello. Who are you and how did you get here? I am that which can never be unseen, the ooze from your nightmares, the knower of the unknown. Right, that's not very helpful, to be honest. Help is there for those that know how to take it. Okay, then I'll bite. Tell me, O knower of the unknown, what be going on here? I don't rightly know. Right. But I do know that the coward Yeats is protecting a hidden room. One that holds vast power and treasures. No doubt that which is responsible for the spectral summoning of myself and the others lies within. The others? The others! What, from like the tail section of the plane? Detective, who are you talking to? I'm talking to... You know what? I don't even know how to explain this. What was all that again? Yeet, secret room, mad power within. We cool, bro? We're cool. That's very good. I like that. Did I look at the computer? Let's see what we can find online. You didn't say the magic word. I did not expect for there to be a Jurassic Park reference in this library. I'll be honest about that. Well, I don't know the password, but actually, let me give it one shot. Is it 8 letters? No, it won't let me put one in. I was gonna guess the ultimate 8-letter password. Why would anyone have so many filings that they need a cabinet to store them in? Here's another ghost. It's Yeats. Pray, sir, a moment of your time. Another one? Another spirit. Yes. Then, with your question, you have answered my own. Huh? Forgive me, but I wish to know if you have seen, on your travels, that scoundrel Crowley. Forcefully mysterious man in a silly hat? The very same. I knew he lurked here, but somewhere. He mentioned a hidden room? Yes, but on the matter, I shall say no more. Not until the beast is gone. But I just wanted... Not a word more, sir, not a word more. Again, I say that you and I, sir, shall not converse while Crowley lurks, awaiting a slip of my tongue. So if I go back to him, will the dialogue change, or do I need something else to solve this interaction? I met your friend Yeats. He says you won't stop spying on him. I find it most joyous to torment the man. He says you want into that room you mentioned. I do. I'm most bored here. I need something to do, something to read. Why not use that computer to go online? 2 words. Safe search. I'm starting to think it wasn't like a book he wanted to read, but perhaps a periodical that Mr. Jones from the last case would have kept in his pile of magazines. Oh, right. Maybe I can find some kind of workaround. Please. Just stay here and don't do anything. I do like... Will it only show the Viewmaster being held up if there's a ghost? Nope. It's now doing that everywhere. Hi, Gale. Are you an author too? I don't recognize you. Aye, but not like yon toffs with your literary fiction. I wrote useful stuff like housewiring and how to do plumbing. How to do own plumbing? There's too many apostrophes and not enough words or letters there. Think you could fix the elevator? With right gear, I could. I'd need a new button, mind. I have this button. What's all this for? Could you use this button to fix the elevator? Can, but it won't do nothing. Needs to be conductive to make the circuit. Oop. This should make the button conductive. I did more or less suggest that might be necessary. Here you go. Could this button replace the broken one? Looks like it'll do the job. Gives a few minutes to pop it in place. It's supposed to be like Scottish, but I will not do a Scottish accent. It won't happen. Yeah, maybe Welsh, maybe. No, I'm not saying another glue-based gag for your entertainment. My lips are sealed. Is that what he said before? Let's try calling the elevator. Thanks for fixing the elevator, Gale. Happy to help. It were fun doing something useful again. I guess I'll go to... No, you know, I'm gonna go to reception first. I might be able to get some information about how I need to acquire the password, although I assume it's like putting my face on a library card. May I have the Wi-Fi password? And give you access to all my juicy manuscripts? No chance. Doris, I need that password for my investigation, he says, holding up a child's Viewmaster to his face non-stop like an adult. And I need those books kept safe until my genius is recognized, so no. That's not the answer I was expecting, to be honest. If you need anything else, I'll be here, unless I'm not. I don't think I looked at this sign. A silent sign. Shh! Oh, I see what happened there. Alright, let me go to the horror section then. Oh, look, Doris must have finally fixed the elevator button. No, it was... You were here for... Never mind. Well, I can see the spooky storm from out here. Looks like you can get to the roof through here. Why is that true? Thankfully, it's locked. I'd rather not go out in the storm. Book cart? A collection of books that don't seem to fit anywhere else in the library, like How to Cook a Dinosaur, if you ever catch one, The Internet and Other Fads, Architecture of the Mind by Sarah Bellum, The Secretary from the Powerpuff Girls, and MMO Accountancy, Be the Fictional Banker You Always Knew You Were. Looks like one hitbox, so I assume there's no information. I also can't go left, so I will go right. Edgar Allan Poe. You barely make teenage girls whimper, Howie. Is that what the H in H.P. Lovecraft stands for? Only because they cannot fathom the dread I conjure, Eddie. You play on common cliches, your penny dreadfuls lack true horror, at best spooky pulp. Your works aren't even written by you, charlatan, fraud, undead trickster. If you feel that way, then why did you hide my work, Eddie? Again, I say, I do not have your book. You probably hid it because it was too scary for you. You're an infuriating man. Is the notion that I should find H.P. Lovecraft books? Lemons for every meal. The Kickboxing Cult. The Lackluster Murders. That sounds like that could be like an actual murder series on the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel. Howard Phillips. Yeah, I can see why he went by HP. It just sounds better. Cannibal Carnival. Hey, does this exist for like every combination of letters in the alphabet? If so, that's a bit wild. Late train made me late. Life robber. Alright, we've exhausted those ones. Before I do that for every single book, perhaps it's best to get a better sense of which book is missing, because they seem to be sorted by title and not author, and that's maybe what the problem is. He is being such a child. I'm clearly the greater horror writer. I tore apart the minds of a generation with my aesthetic horror. With your aesthetic rubbish. Right, I'll have you, mate. Come at me, you sickly twerp. You two stop it, or I'll put you both in some kind of supernatural slammer. He started it. Why, never. It was you and your... I don't care who started it. I'm putting a stop to it. Wait here. And not a peep. Okay, so I won't get information from them? What's going on here? I will. Or I might. Perhaps. I didn't take his blasted book. It was that childish Blighton woman. Why don't you tell him that? He will not listen to me. He's convinced I hid it so more people would borrow my books over his. Nonsense. I care not for his current zeitgeist. My works are vastly superior. You two had best not be causing any trouble, you hear me? Is Blighton the library? It's the last name, and it's lost on me. Unless it's under Blighton, but everything seems to be sorted by title. Look for a book called, like, The Nightmare Italian, or A German Monster from the Time. I don't know if that's a joke in the game, a joke you're making about those authors, or the actual solution to the puzzle. But, like, real quick, I'm gonna go talk to the librarian. This is not the conversation I expected to have. Why am I always surprised by conversations with this woman? Why is the window onto the roof locked? For the health and safety reasons. Can I get the key? Afraid not. Why? For health and safety reasons. What was she reading? No, she's reading Guylight. That's right. She's reading The Day Pyre. The Dayman. That is true. H.P. Lovecraft is known for being racist. I feel like I saw recently some discussion on Reddit where, like, people were trying to, like, insinuate, like, at least H.P. Lovecraft wasn't problematic in his time. And I'm like, listen, I don't know much about history or literature, and I know that's wrong. In this precise moment, I'm a bit stumped. I don't know if the game really intends me to check every single, like, alphabetical segment of the horror books. I could do it. It would take a minute. Ow. Yeah, I don't have, like, a lot of inventory items to interact with. Actually, let me do one more thing. Let me check the reading room. I don't think I've talked to her since I started seeing ghosts. And also, I've learned some new stuff. So... Oh, wait, maybe she has the password to the internet, for cripe's sake. Roxa, you mentioned you were looking for stuff on the internet. How did you get past the internet blocks? Up to something naughty, Detective? Me? No. But I have this friend who needs to get past the library firewall. That's quite well protected, surprisingly. I think Doris was worried somebody would hack in to steal her unpublished fanfiction. But why would you store that on, like... I mean, if it's just, like, open on the internet, like, the library internet wouldn't factor into that. But, like, if it was some sort of intranet for the library, like, is there not a better place to store that? It says, I'm told that Lovecraft started to get better about his racism towards the end of his life, but I haven't finished my tome of Lovecraft yet. That's interesting. You rarely hear that. You hear a lot of stories about someone who seemed, like, alright, becoming racist over time. I don't feel like you hear a lot of stories about someone who, like, wasn't great, like, making a conscious effort to get better. I figured out the admin password so I can bypass the block. Want me to give it to you so you can use it too? Please. You received item admin password. Sick. I could have done that before if I was smarter. But I was smart enough that I didn't just randomly get that by asking her. I figured out that's what I'd get. I still feel clever enough. Let's see what we can find online by entering the password. Oh no, I have to... Oh, the password is 1234. Okay. So do I drag it onto here? Come on, Frankie, you could do better than that. Why did that not... It's the password for the block. Yeah, but, like, can I not... Let's call that plan... Oh, give it to the ghost? It's like, okay. I feel like I could just, like, log into the computer with my human hands, and then he could do whatever he wants, but sure, that's fine. Here you go. I'm... Okay. Am I right or am I right? I'm a ghost. I can't type that in myself. But you can use the internet? That's ghosts for you, mysterious lot. I don't know why, but I, like, instinctively intuited that this was true. That if I left him with the computer, it would be fine, but that I would need to put the password in. I don't know why I felt the need to make an extra step out of that, but that's fine. Wait, what? Let's see what we can find online. I possess the password. I attempt to use the password. Let's call that plan B. I hit the box that says enter password, as though to be prompted to put the password in. He backs out of the screen and says I need to figure out the password, which I already possess. Do I need to talk to you again so you can explain something about this process that doesn't actually make sense to me? Nope, it's the same conversation we had before. So... why even have that screen? Now Crowley should be able to browse to his heart's content. I'll let him know. Now I can't look at the Jurassic Park reference, which is the only reason that screen exists. I feel like at the very least we could make it so that works on either screen if we're gonna make a computer screen that has like a login prompt on it. I don't know. Okay, I've set it up so you should be able to browse whatever you want. No restrictions. Excellent. You don't want to be here for what happens next. Yeah, I'll leave you to your business. Shut the door on the way out. I'm just curious. Will it even let me go back in there? No. Okay. Now I can talk to Yeats. Did I sense? Yes, the beast's eyes are focused elsewhere. The air is clearer now. Clearer might not be the term I'd use. Come again, sir? Don't like that phrasing. Just don't go in there if you can avoid it. As you suggest. Now what's all this about a hidden room? I'll share what I can. There's a place hidden behind the horror section on the 4th floor. The source of the phantasmic pollution afflicting this building is within. How do I get it? One of the books in the L section is a lever. Pull it and fix this. Godspeed, man. Hear that, Dooley? Hear what? I really appreciate the game providing this context again at this point, because it means that for like most of the last like 20 minutes of gameplay, he's just been following me around while I talk to nothing and hold up a Viewmaster to nothing. It is interesting. I mean, it's like an occult symbol, so like I could believe it easily enough. But it's interesting that just like looking at the world through that symbol from the from that like photograph of our past case allows us to hear the ghosts too. Oh, yes, of course. We need to get to the 4th floor and open the secret room using one of the books in the L section. Wait, how do you know all this? Intuition. Ingenuity. The book Yeats mentioned is missing. I didn't know you were a fan of Lovecraft. You're looking at the Lovecraft section. A bit too godless for my taste. I wonder if the missing book is the one that they're fighting over. G, I wonder. Sorry, I mean L, I wonder. Stop looking at the world through curved occult glyphs. Well, I mean, the world sure looks different through curved occult glyph glass. So now will they tell me, like, the name of the book or whatever? Or, like, some useful, actionable information? No, that's the same conversation I had, and he'll just tell Lovecraft to, like, stop fighting. Book cart? Nope, that's, like, the same stuff as before. And this is in a different hitbox, right? Yep, same hitbox. Okay. So, because this is an adventure game, there's a chance that the book is on the roof for some reason. I don't currently have the means to get there. I have glue and a library card that belongs to someone else. Oh, you know what I haven't done is talk to the ghosts on the stupid sci-fi fantasy floor, because I'm an idiot. 2 ghosts playing chess. I've read your detective books. Wonderfully over the top. Adams doesn't say anything to us? Okay. What about Pratchett? Oh, hey, big fan of your work. Thanks! Not you. Oh. That's all I get out of that, huh? I mean, the kids is obviously going to be more helpful. Were there any fun book names in the horror section? There were some okay ones. There's a lot more that I could read, but it would take a really long time. Is there like an achievement for that or something? I assume Sir Terry Pratchett, but I could be wrong. He seems to be representing the fantasy section, which seems about right. Little Dem is the kid, not the lady holding the spooky book. I think you should read this one. I read this one and thought it was good. What's it about? It's the story about this kid who can see dead people. Oh, that's not for me. I'm scared of ghosts. Can you see ghosts too, kiddo? Ghosts? What nonsense are you filling his head with, detective? I see them. They're my friends. Well, this one is. Some of them are less friendly. But I like them because before they came, the place was empty. Just me and Doris, and she's only interested in reading the mostest dreadfulest books ever written. Like this L. Lovecraft book? Yeah, I should have picked up on that a little sooner, huh? Excuse me, did you steal Lovecraft's book? He and that Poe fellow won't stop fighting over which one has more frightful book. I took his book in hopes that it would stop their arguing. It seems to have just made it worse. Well, I shan't give it back unless they stop their silly bickering. I just shan't. How am I meant to stop those two fighting? That is not my concern. You want this book, you stop their fight. There's gotta be a scarier book than theirs around here. Surely that would stop their bickering. There's gotta be some clever puzzle to that doesn't jump immediately to mind. I also forgot about this vent. I don't know if that's important, but it seems like it could be. It's like the dinosaur had moved recently. But I don't know what to make of that. Everyone seems to be talking to the air but me. I always knew I was the sane one. Does he have a different dialogue for every room now that I have the Viewmaster? What did the rabbi and the priest talk about in library? I don't know. Nothing. Libraries are a place of quiet, respect, and solitude, which they were both respecting. You need to work on your stand-up material. Scariest book. Maybe something the occult lady knows about? Honestly, detective, you look foolish wearing that thing around. Thanks for your help with that, Roxa. No problem. Happy to help a man of the law break it. What did you need to look up anyway? Best not to talk about it. I just hope it doesn't show up on the library's usage bill. I think I'd find the spookiest book in the library. Is the notion that because the two of them are authors, if I get a copy of Not Twilight, they'll be upset about, like, the fate of literature or something? Acadia says, I got a zombie army and you can't harm me. Who do you voodoo? Welcome, Alcadius. How are you doing today? You gotta keep wearing that toy as we run around this building talking to walls. Dooley, we've discovered a case! A case of the missing marbles, maybe. As you may or may not have intuited, just joining us, we are playing as a pair of detective and support police officer who doesn't seem to be a detective. We're currently using a Viewmaster toy filled with an image of some occult microfiche that will allow us to see and speak to ghosts so that we can solve some problems in the library and presumably close up some leak that's causing it to become haunted with spooky energy. At the moment, I'm slightly stuck. A little stuck. I need to find the scariest book in all the library, something that the ghost of Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft will agree on. Although it's a little curious that their ghosts would be together in this one specific library to begin with. But let's not think too hard about that, shall we? Just out of passing curiosity, do I need to, like, make a photocopy of this fake... I keep wanting to call it a driver's license, but it's clearly a library card. Need a copy of my face, not just that card. I can just use the machine myself. Really don't want to put my face on here, but I really need a picture of myself. Things I do for this job. For a second when he said that, I thought what he was going to do was, like, have to take the photo of himself from the microfiche. Or, I guess, like, develop it? Like, a photo or something? Anyway, I got this picture of me, which I guess I can, like... I feel like I'm back in back in kindergarten art class. Got a sticky photo, if you know what I mean. This is going to be the least convincing fake ID I've seen in all my years as a cop. It can't be worse than Gabriel Knight 3, the infamously bad puzzle, where you alter both the fake ID and your appearance so that you'll match each other instead of having either one of them just match the other. Of course, I'm not entirely sure why I wanted to do that, which is why we will invoke the axiom of adventure games. I hope there was a reason I did that. Yeah, I just, like, literally don't know why I need a library card. I'd like to borrow the book you're reading. You need a library card to borrow books. Can I sign up for one? No, I'm too busy reading my book to help. Saws. Dooley, can I use your card? It still has fines on it. Bet you wish you'd let me make a deal now, huh? Alright, now I know why I needed that card. Want anything else? Blah 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 blah. Alright, this is definitely a library card. Don't worry about it. I'd like to borrow that book you're reading. You need a library card. Like this one? Oh. Well then, here you go, Paul. Paul, his name is... My name is Paul, like it says on the card, my card. Paul. Yeah. So, I'm getting the impression my theory was correct. And that I will give this questionable book to these two, and they will be very upset about it. I had slightly different spooky voices for them that I've forgotten in the time it took me to find this book. There's a lot of characters in the library, so they're bleeding a little. I apologize. I hadn't really thought through the fact that there'd be a lot of voice acting for this one. But it's like retro, and there clearly wasn't going to be any voice acting in it. Is this my book? No, it is not. What is it? The most horrific novel ever written, and it's not written by either of you. Let me see that. Teenage girl, blah blah blah, reverse vampire, blah blah blah, love story. It sounds terrifying. Its mere existence gives me shivers. Do you agree it's more horrific than your works? Will you stop squabbling? Agreed? Agreed. Can you believe something so hideous exists? Can you believe it's so popular? Stoker must be turning in his grave. If the poor chap doesn't know. And they're gone, so I never have to read their voices again. Back to finding the book that opens the lever, I guess. Children. Button. Children button. Of gotten them to agree on the scariest book. Can I have that novel now? Good, I daren't see why you'd want this vile thing, but I did promise. Aw, you ruined the kid's illusion, Detective. I know, I'm incorrigible. Back upstairs. Here goes nothing. Seemed to fit with a curious clicking noise. Right, we pull this and... Nice. Mystery game's gotta have a secret entrance behind a bookcase, right? I didn't read that line of dialogue, I just clicked. Creepy doorways are a recurring motif I'm not too fond of. Let me guess. Staying here to cover me again? You got it in one, Detective. Try to avoid getting knocked out this time. What is all this? Magica, Aleister Crowley's Guide to the Popular Wizard Game. The Gnostic's Guide to Ghouls and Ghosts. Rituals for Modern Rituals. These are all contraband occult books. This is quite the nasty treasure trove. Why didn't I know about all this stuff? Huh. Well, there's definitely some alarming wiring going on here. And all I have is this baseball hat. The skull does seem important. Let me read some more titles real quick. The Necronomenon, a Cyclopean cookbook. 101 ways to get ritual stains out of your carpets. A brief history of time magic. Time roulette go. The art of pentagram drawing. A guide for syncing your coven with the moon. And back to start. Let me just take this hat real quick. Nope, can't take that. Skull? Normal library fare. So I can't have the hat, but I can have the skull. We got some priorities. Oh, there's more titles over here. The periodic table of secret magic elements. Shh! Secret elements! The bumper catalog of magical components. This one just squiggles. I can't make anything useful out of it. The definitive guide to demon identification. Loving your coven. Occultism for nuns. And back to start. Alright, Shelly. So, what you doing down here? Like the moth to a flame, I am drawn to the eldritch energies emitted from this book. I like spooky books and electricity. I even lit candles to spook up the to up the spook up factor. To up the spook factor. Shut up! Shut up! I even lit the candles to up the spook factor. Shut up. The vent. It's gonna be important. I wasn't sure. I don't know how. It's gonna be important. So, like, that's the whole conversation with her? She's just here because it's spooky. So she didn't, like, make this happen or anything? I can't have the hat for reasons. Can I combine skull with hat? No. If I touch the book, will it be very bad? A copy of Ripley's Cast It or Not. It seems to be open to the Summon Spirits page. Maybe if I close it, this whole mess will sort itself out. Ooh, let me tell you, the last time I had a puzzle that involved simply closing books, I didn't have a great time with it. Doesn't sound that hard, but it is. Ouch! It seems to be charged by this faulty wiring. Where it goes. Is it a hint that this is Mary Shelley and that we're doing like a Frankenstein thing, and because of the spooky storm, the electricity is like coming from the storm? That doesn't make sense because it's like kind of connected to like a breaker box. Loose wires seem to run to the roof. No, I called it in one. I'm pretty good at this game. Pretty good. All right, so then in order to get to the roof to presumably solve that, I need to demonstrate a health and safety issue that would facilitate someone going up to the roof, right? That's more or less the idea. Can I throw my skull in this vent? hope this works. Now to find where that landed. Hopefully without having caused any damage. Yes, again, more destruction, more chaos. I think I'll just go see where that skull landed instead. I don't know why I can't have hat. There's nothing over here, right? That's a dead end. Alright, so now if I go to the children's section, I should be able... Ah, I see! Somehow she was immediately alerted to this without me doing it. I thought there'd be a few more steps to that, to be honest. What's all this noise? I can't hear myself read! So, kid, what do you know about the other side of that vent? I didn't mean to do it. Do what? I was lonely, so I went exploring. I found all these neat new books. But the one I read was scary, and I ran off. And then the ghosts arrived, but I liked them, because now I have friends. See? He meant no harm. Troublemaker! Arrest him! Breaking and entering! Into your room of illegal books? Let's say both sets of charges cancel each other out, huh? Only if you get rid of the ghosts and find somewhere else to go once in a while. Oh, and find him somewhere else to go once in a while. It strikes me as slightly odd that, like, she has the spooky cursed books that make the ghosts happen, and it's our problem? Agus suggested connect the wires upstairs with your hand, solves the problem, and makes another ghost. But if it solves the problem, then doesn't it also get rid of my ghost? That feels like a new problem, maybe. He can join me in the Blood Wolves? I'm sorry, what? What does that mean? Blood Wolves? The mayor stopped paying the dib tax, so we had to charge from scouts. We had to change from scouts. There's a few like, this isn't like a huge deal, but there have been like a handful of sentences in this game that, like, it's a thing that they suggest writers do, which is to, like, read all your stuff out loud, or even to have someone else read it out loud in your presence, so that you know when something, like, doesn't quite sound right. And there've been a few that, at least for me, like, the mayor stopped paying the dib tax, so we had to change from scouts. This doesn't answer anything. It's confusing. My interpretation is that we're talking about something like Boy Scouts, who maybe as a faction are called Blood Wolves. But, like, the fact that, like, dib tax is, like, already, like, a weird thing I don't have context for, makes this a poor explanation for the thing that already wasn't explained. There's just, like, too many levels of, like, weird stuff all in this one sentence. It should have been, like, broken up or something. You okay with that, kid? Sure. Wow, that was the next sentence? Okay, I got very little out of that. I'm gonna assume that he's part of a werewolf cult now and leave it at that. That's great, but back to the task at hand. We need to stop energy flowing into the building and into that book. Oh, I just realized what probably actually happened. Is if I found the occult room, and, like, went downstairs and talked to the librarian, she would just, like, ignore me or something. But I sort of skipped ahead by just throwing the skull down the vent because it seemed like the thing to do because I play adventure games. And that was a flag for her to come up here and, like, figure out what the noise came from. And now we're having this conversation. We need to stop the energy flowing into the building and into that book. You'll need to get to the lightning conductor on the roof. Here, have the key. Dooley, we're going to the roof. But it's raining outside. I got the roof key. Can I have the skull back? In hindsight, that was dangerous. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. You blighter, that could have killed me. Except you're already dead. Police brutality, that's what it is. Can I have the grate? This wasn't here before. I can't interact with the teddy bear either. Do you have a new line of dialogue now? Nah. Can I have the dinosaur? Ah, the kid must have used the dinosaur to get up to the vent. Resourceful. See, now I, like, closed the book on a minor mystery. Very clever. I don't know what I expect to do when I get up to the roof, to be honest with you. Click. I suppose I've already ducked out of one room for this case. I knew I played that card too soon. You did, buddy. You did. More of that wiring from the secret room. And it leads to the roof. Shh! Secret room. Do you need me to go all the way up there? Scared of heights? No. Yes. Wow, this looks like something that would have come out of like a proto-unavowed. That sound effect's pretty loud, huh? So, what do I need to do? Get down as soon as possible? Looks like the circuit connecting the book downstairs with this aerial. I guess I should break the circuit, then wire the aerial to the lightning rod so the power is somewhere else to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to adjust that as unpleasant. Let's cut it down to like 25-ish% and see if it still makes me want to bleed out of my ears. Resume. That sounds more reasonable and isn't registering super hot on OBS. I assume it's better. Let me know if that's alright. You know, I gotta say, I'm kind of a sucker for these puzzles. I don't know why. Yeah, Scraw, for sure. So many reasons for Scraw. For some reason, I always just like a good, like, wire up the pipes puzzle. Not all of them are good, though, to be fair. Now, how does this one operate? Okay, it's a sliding puzzle, and then... Oh, that's a reset, not a rotate. So nothing can rotate, is the implication then, I guess. Feel like I'm close. Kinda just wanted to stop that noise. Maybe I can... This would be easy enough to undo if this doesn't work. Aha! No. Close, but no. That doesn't make that any more solved. I went too far down this rabbit hole, didn't I? That's like the last place I'd want that. Alright, let me try this again. So, like, there's not much that I could easily get into place that's gonna be like a down and right pipe from here. And I, like, pretty much definitely need one to get here. So I would need, like, two... So that doesn't seem like... So I probably don't want this pipe. I probably want this... to be, like, here? This out of the way. Also this. This is a wildly inefficient way of doing something. And if I really thought it through, I could tell you if it would work. It seems like this could work. Yeah, this will work. I did it? I found it! Ow, my hand! Look, Detective, the storm is dying out. Imagine that! That's weird. It's a self-sustaining curse storm? The storm is only happening because power from the storm is going to a thing summoning the storm? I sort of get it, but it's curious. Okay, we should be able to close that book now. Just making sure there's nothing fun to interact with or anything. Now that the sky's cleared up, it's quite a nice night. Okay, look at the moon. Where are you at? Lurking up there behind the storm. Tricksy moon. I, for one, distrust the sun a great deal more than I distrust the moon. Anything else to say? Can I put on a hat? I cannot. Trunks filled, Detective, though I don't see why we had to take all those books. Dooley, they're contraband. Heavy contraband. We've an agreement then, Doris? You don't fine me for having the books. I don't sue the kid for entering the vault. I go back to business sans haunting. You should also get that wiring fixed. Fine. Come on, Dooley, let's get back to the office. See you at camp, Mr. Dooley. See you there, Devin. 2 down. Ghost Whisperer. Now, even though the second one was like a lot longer than the first one, we gotta have time for one more, right? Probs? Probably? Ooh, Disorient Express. I like the sound of that. Case summary. Dooley has called me to the subway station to deal with an emergency. It's like also a prominent setting in the Unavowed for some reason. Disorient Express! Detective, you're here! 66-6th Street? That doesn't seem great. There's like ambient city noise. That implies that this town is bigger than I thought it was. I came as soon as you called. What's the case? Case? Nah, I just needed a ride. The station's closed. I enjoy that this has now become a trend. Is that we're like, alright, it's time to do some policing. And then he's like, there's no case here. And then there's like a case anyway. I think it says, I don't know if anyone's played later Alligator, but the sliding puzzle's making me lose my gourd. I'm bad at these. Everyone's bad at sliding puzzles. Anyone who says they're not bad at sliding puzzles is either lying to you or, like, a demon. That's pretty much it. Closed? Yeah, some spooky train is blocking the platform. Anyway, let's go. A spooky train? Yep, spooky train. Anyway, we better get going or we'll be late to work. Dooley, it's a spooky train. We're the Darkside Division. Do you not think? I try not to. That's detective work. Let's go have a look then. Fine, but if we miss free donuts at work, you're buying. I could use donut. Subway. Actually, wait. I didn't click at all the things. Oh no, I didn't look at all the things upstairs. Oh no. Pops is dumb. Not as dumb as your grammar, kid. Shots fired. Yeah, kid. Ticket machine. It seems to be working, but I have no cash. It's another one of those awkward I have contractions. Time to put this bandage to work this badge to work and make use of my police privileges. So I'm just gonna walk in then. Just making sure. Do you use the subway often? No, before we had the squad car, I tended to take taxis. Snob. What? What? Did you say something just then? What? No, 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 no. Sorry, Detective, the barrier's broken. We have to crawl under it. Can't we at least jump over? No, the insurance for jumping was too high. We're only cleared for a slow crawl. Being a cop is nothing like television promised it would be. Ghost train! Hi, Busker. Oscar the Grouch. Unky Sam don't want you to know about the truths I'm here to show, so it makes me frown when I smell me a pig and his dumb sidekick come shut me down. Sidekick isn't a word. Poetic license. Pig. Making sure I can't have a separate conversation other than that one. I could go to the platform or talk to a spooky ghost. Ticket, please. Sorry, who are you? Train's conductor, sir. Right, you look a tad ghostly, sir. That I do, that I do. Are you a ghost? Not at all, sir. Ghosts are blue, for one, and they can't be seen. Not without proper equipment. No, we're from the dark side. Then what are you doing here? Train stuck, sir. Doing my job, keep passengers safe while this gets rectified. Rectified? Yes, sir. I'm sure those boys from the Brightside Division are looking into it right now. Brightside Division? Brightside Division. Right. So, are we gonna find us with goatees here? The opposite of the Darkside Detective? Why are you here? As I said, sir, train's stuck. Not sure what caused it. Likely a problem with these tracks, sir. I would have to see inside the control rooms to be sure, but I can't leave my post here. Ticket? Thought not. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you solids to leave. Did you just call us solids? Certainly not, sirs. I wouldn't be throwing around language like that. Come back anytime, sir. Perhaps I can see the control room by going further down the platform. But let me first talk to Dooley. See, it's just spooky. Generically spooky. Nothing special about it. Let's go get donuts. Dooley, it's glowing. Maybe it's pregnant. Maybe it's pregnant. Okay, yeah. Aw, oh, sweet, random garbage. Plunger, but without the plungy bit. So, like a dowel? So, a stick, then. I got a handle. Can I look at this camera? I wonder if this camera caught any useful footage, but I can see that its working light is painted on. Control room is locked. For now. Dooley. Ah, come on, Detective. You know as well as I do how these things go. Bin. There seems to be something in the bin. It's probably rubbish. You received a receipt. A haunted receipt. Glowing green receipt that says for pickup. Can't read much else on it. Toilets. Better not have to wash my hands. I need to get my eyebrows plucked. Whatever happens in here, Detective, don't cross the streams. That's good advice for a men's restroom. And also ghost busting, I guess, but like more so the restroom. This ghost's name is Shaq. I'm in a bit of a bind, Daddy-O. Hi there. Oh, sorry, the door was unlocked. Yeah, lock's broke and I have no feet to hold against it. Right, well, I'll leave you to it. Oh, hold up, Daddy-O, I'm in a bit of a funky situation. Maybe you could help me out. What is it? Stall has no toilet paper, Daddy-O, and I'm a cat that needs some. Yeah, sure, we can look. I don't feel comfortable with any of this. You and me both, Daddy-O. Is the rat our friend? Look at it! It's a tentacle! That's likely a reference to Day of the Tentacle due to its coloration. What on earth is that? Not sure, but I think we should send it back to wherever it came from. No use! You could say that it's in tentacle on staying where it is. Eh? I need to find something to push it down with. Like a stick? Okay, maybe not a stick. This is also not toilet paper. That's some lazy graffiti. I always put in more effort when tagging the subways. What? You heard me, narc? Okay, fair enough. Did I ask him a thing? I've heard of sewer gators, but sewer cephalopods will go down on a treat on my conspiracy blog. That's so British. You have a conspiracy blog? Yeah. Illuminati.com. I write about important stuff like the world lizards, crop dusting, and how the moon is fake. The moon is fake? Oh yeah. Not only did we not land there, but there doesn't even exist. Who would lie about that, and why? The moon people from the real moon behind the fake moon. Why don't you write more about the stuff we see? Sure, who'd care about boring old train when there's the moon people filling our heads with lies? Cubicle? Hey. Creepy or not, nobody deserves to be stranded without toilet paper. You got to spare a square when there's a square to spare. Am I gonna have to flush this 7 more times? That noise reminds me of my career since I was assigned to the Darkside division. There's nothing left to take. Fair enough. Well, I've solved your toilet paper puzzle. Here you go, guy. Sorry to leave you hovering for so long. Far out, Daddy-O. Here, take this coin as a thanks. I got a coin. Perhaps I can pay my way onto the train. Will you talk to me now? Can we have a poop conversation? Grateful for your help, Daddy-O, but do you intend to stick around for the main show? Maybe. Yeah, it's time to touch the rat. I just wanted to solve all the toilet troubles first. Aw. Scared it away. All it did was make a squeak squeak. You know, rat noises? You know. I got a button for this.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah, the stream deck still works after
Squeak,
2 hours. Okay, so I got a coin that doesn't seem to immediately do anything. That water smells funky. It's sewer water, Dooley. That's no excuse for poor hygiene. Can I get a ghost train ticket with an occult coin? There's not a chance that this will work. Printing. Oh, right, of course. Oh, cool. It has, like, similar occult symbols to the doorway from the first case. A train ticket I purchased with the strange coin the Darksider gave me. So now I can get on the train? Here's my ticket. Here you go, 1 ticket. Fine, on you go then, I suppose. Oh, we let both of us on with 1 ticket? That's fun. Everyone here's so sick-looking. They're not sick, they're transparent. I can see right through them. I've always been impressed with your scrutiny skills. I have a -15 to my perception checks. Party guy. I like your glasses. Duh, they're my party goggles. On your way to a party? Always,
Squeak,
darling.
squeak.
Every place is party place when I have my goggles on, and I always have my goggles on. Even here now, we party on the train. Squeak, squeak. You can pretty much squeak, squeak intermittently at any point while we're in the subway or the surrounding sewer area, and it will feel appropriate. Squeak, squeak. Maybe I'll just, like, leave this up on the squeak page. Of course, I'll forget that when something important happens. Let's talk to Hippie Girl. Squeak Squeak is very good. There's no reason not to like it, Critwitch. It applies in a surprising number of scenarios. Neko says, the voice I did just sounded like a character from Disco Elysium who's always saying hardcore. Yeah, I have not gotten back around to playing Disco Elysium since they added the voice pack, and I got not very far. The Flula impression is perfect. That's, yeah, I guess that's more or less the same thing, yeah. Well, hello there. Hiya. Where are you off to? I was on my way to San Frankenstein Cisco, obviously. But then I got stuck in here. This place is terrifying. How so? Well, for a start, there's not a single screaming beast in the sky. Nobody's being followed by shadow men, and nothing's on fire. Nothing. Maybe you're not the girl for me. I don't know if it's good or bad that I intuited the subtext of the fact that Dooley started that conversation with the female character that he was going to flirt with her. I feel like it's a bad thing, because it says something about me. Scraw, scraw, scraw. Scraw is also appropriate, basically, anytime something spooky is happening. Nana Dooley, is that you? Sorry, dearie, I'm Granny Ghoulie. You do look like my little Patrick, though. My name's Patrick, too. Do you also like games of I Spy as a child? I did. I spy with my little eye the coming of the end. The world eating itself, rivers of gore flooding the streets. I don't know this version of the game. Oh, seeing the end times was little Patrick's favorite. That's a series of unsettling coincidences. Let's move on. Ah, a Darkside portal. It appears we found our #1 suspect for all these strange goings-on. You have the right to remain silent when questioned. Anything you say or do may be... Dooley, what are you doing? Reading it, its rights. And how exactly do you intend to arrest it? With my handcuffs, obviously. Top marks for enthusiasm, Dooley. You ever see that documentary about cannibals that live in subway tunnels? No. Me either, which I regret right now. Dooley, there are no cannibals in the subway. You don't know that. You didn't see the documentary. No, but like if you go on the Tunnel of Love, you might find an unexpected supernatural type creature. Guess I'll go ahead and walk through this portal then, huh? Looks like the Purple Rift has an accomplice. I'm gonna need a second pair of handcuffs. Yeah, this is definitely us from the Bright Side team, which is the dark side version of us. So he's balding me with a goatee. I'm pretty much on the exact vibe of this game. I'm able to intuit the jokes that I would make, and then they're in the game. That's probably good. That's probably a good thing, right? At least it means I think I'm funny. Agent McScream, you look familiar. I guess he'll just use the same voice. No, that can't be right, because then you won't be able to distinguish them. Does the fire recognize the flame? Does the darkness recognize the shadow? Does the storm recognize the... wind? Rain? Dang it, man, I've lost my train of thought. Is there an agent here? We are all agents of the never-ending hunt. Servants of the crawling death void. Ministers of the world's cruelty. Well, I'm happy you're doing okay for yourself. Thanks, it's been a lot of hard work and late nights at the office. Any idea what's going on? Interlopers, fiends, fleshy monstrosities. Things that should not have come to pass. Tracks of chaos intertwine. So, not much of an idea right now, then. No. The receding hairline, how's that treating you? The end comes for us all. Entropy is a cruel mistress. Yeah, let's hope it's from growing up in this weird hole. Okay, bye. We'd all best be going to the places we would best be at. True, that's true. This is one heck of a light show they got going on down here. Dooley, there are portals to the dark side. We're in the dark side right now. Of course it's dark. We're underground. That's probably why they lit it up like this. Dooley, I swear to God. So there's like also a physical train over here, huh? Hey, it's Raxa. Do I remember her voice? Not really. Finally, somebody in authority. Conductor Hal. Hey! Sorry, guy, but you don't know any more than the rest of us. Hi, detective, what's going on? Raxa, why are you here? Getting the train home from college. And we got diverted to wherever this is. Well, we're on the case now, so get comfortable. He means? No, yeah, I get it. Let me know if I can help at all. Will do. Any updates? Nope. Okay, just making sure. Headphones. Hello? Doo-da-dee. If he even knows what's going on. Sometimes it's important to double check that there's not more secret dialogue. It's come up occasionally. I'm gonna take this fire extinguisher for reasons. In case of fire, pray somebody has refilled the extinguisher. They have not. Ah. Stay back, monster. Calm down. Sorry, I thought you were him. Him? The intense man in the tunnel threatens to arrest and/or eat anyone who gets off the train. Arrest or eat? Yep, I'm not sure who chooses. What's going on? You're really not him. I don't really know what happened. We left the last station on time, then some weird lights flashed, and now we're here. Whoever here is. Who's this man you keep talking about? He, looks a bit like you, only not at all now that I see you. Properly see you. He stalks about outside this train, sniffing for clues and snarling when he sees us. Has he hurt anyone so far? Thankfully, no. He seems more menacing than dangerous. Alright, not a lot of useful information. Anything else, I'll be here. Sorry about that mix-up. This guy's called Waster. I assume that's British for layabout, which is also British for loiterer, which is American for a word that people who are under the age of 50 don't use. Hey, dude, we've been on this train for ages. What's going on? I'm afraid, because I keep seeing, like, floating green people. I'm not at I think I divulged a little too much this morning. You probably shouldn't tell me that. I'm an officer of the law. Far out, dude. Never mind. So this is like a whole tunnel. If I go through this door, then I'll be on the ghost platform? I should probably stay with these people. Oh, I should probably stay with these people and make sure they're okay. You're tired from walking through the tunnels, aren't you? Stop using your Sherlock powers on me. Just another day in New York City, right? Yeah, pretty much. Now then. You look like you're one of those living folk who've been plodding about the place right now. Officer Dooley? Name's Gooley, Chief of the Brightside Division. Brightside? Division. Specialists. We deal with threats from your neck of the woods, so to speak. My neck of the woods? The other world. That from whence you came, son. I surmise from your appearance that you are a detective, albeit one down on his luck. Hey, I presume that being on the case, you've crossed over to investigate your world's version of this situation. I am. Can you help? No, son, I cannot. This isn't your jurisdiction, so you should leave this to the professionals, and take care of our train back in your own world. Shouldn't you look into that? Jurisdiction, son. Seems like a concept beyond a dangerous maverick such as yourself. Maybe I should slap you behind bars. Thought that was going to get erotic for a second. I do wish there were fewer characters, but not from a standpoint of gameplay. Largely just because there's only so much voice I can do. Land sick Lee. So I guess he's like a pirate? Sing me a song, buddy. What? You're the busker, not me. That's how buskers work here, you tourist. All right. To the platform. This is a restricted area. Classified personnel only. Are you classified? I'm doing, like, the pirate voice. I don't... It's a U.S. flag on the train. That is actually curious. Actually. Train beeps are annoying? Do you mean the sort of constant hum, or... this is a restricted area. Classified personnel only. Are you classified personnel? No? I did not think so. On account of myself and Scream being the only ones who is. So unless she's one of us, I suggest you step back, son. Step back. So, do I need to impersonate his agent to get to the platform, or do I never need to go there? Can I use my money in this machine? Wait, what was the receipt for again? What receipt that says for pickup? I should probably know what that means by now, but I don't. Oh, it's moldy here. It's British mold with the U in it. Dark patch, fuzzy mold. I think it's looking at me. The U.S. is filled with miasma and spirits, is what I'm saying. But no, the American flag's on the real train, because the real train's the one in the ghost world. Unless they both had that flag and I missed. Oh, that just became a beard. That just became a beard. I didn't even notice, it just did. It's definitely looking at me. Glaring, I'd say. I think I angered it last time I took a piece. Well, I have that beard now. Come get me from the station, he said. Routine, he said. Jerk. Oh my god, there's like a scrawbird up there. Most of Darkside City appears to be in ruin. Oh, it's a costume shop. That's fun. Daily Chronicle. What horrors could possibly make up the news here? Mayor points off camera. Is that all we get? Yeah, fair enough. Hey! I know this one. Amaze your friends, surprise your enemies, confuse real pirates with this inefficient pirate ensemble. Comes with a free press ganging. Be a hardcore biker, bike not included. Are you still a biker without a bike? Be a hardcore walker. This joke does not translate if I don't read the swears out loud, which I'm not doing. But you have eyes, you can figure it out. Either in the dangerous sense or the missing a buttock way, your call. Did you write these adverts yourself?
No, sir, they came that way, sir. Good words, ain't they, sir?
A snarky teenage wizard is welcome anywhere. Well, not so much welcomed as he'll turn up and then he'll be there and it's almost as much a hassle to get rid of him as it is to just leave him be. That's my usual party vibe anyway, so 2 thumbs up from me. I mean, I have, like, a goatee. I need to, like, mimic a receding hairline, which is tricky. I don't know how I'm meant to do that. An invisible person.
Welcome, sir. That is to say, me and I's pleasure to welcome you to Costume Shop.
So that is the name. Your broken sign wasn't very clear.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, my old fella said, and if it is broken, maybe don't fix it anyway, he'd add. Very practical man he was. How can I aid you, sir? Trying to intimidate your direct superior at work? Hoping to wow a 6-armed lover? Tired of looking like a hobo?
Hey.
That's our motto. Whatever your shame, Spider's got you covered.
Oh, I have a receipt to pick up a costume, perhaps?
One tick, sir. Oh, Miss Biscotti? Does beg your pardon, miss. I should have known. Obvious to me now it is. I'll get your items for you now, miss. Yes, thanks. Then here you go, miss. 1 swim cap. Thanks, I guess.
Ah, well, that sort of solves that, huh? So if I, need to find something else to... Oh, combine the two? Now I guess I can dress up as Agent McScream whenever I want. Yay? We received item. Bad disguise. Now, that does beg the question as to whether there's something I might do to create a better disguise. My theory would be at best that that would get like a trophy and probably not accomplish anything else. Echo says Bloodborne is one of my favorite documentaries. Speaking of documentaries, I saw a Souls-like game recently where you play as clockwork automatons during the French Revolution. Oh yes! Is that the Pinocchio one? I saw something about that a little while ago. They made a big deal about it. If you look like this man, you might be a mirror. Wait, if you look like this man, this might be a mirror. You also may be wanted by the police for questioning. Fun, 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 fun. I don't know why I want this dowel yet. If I put the disguise on in front of this guy, does that do something? Actually, that might be a bad idea in theory. Because then someone would know that I was dressing as a bad police agent. Doesn't feel like the right place to wear this. But wouldn't I need to put it on before I go to the right place? Because if I put it on in the right place, they'll know it's not me. Sky hurts my eyes to look. Trains do not run on time. They run on fuel. Trains will also be late. Some things are universal, I suppose. Help! Help! I'm on fire! What on earth? I'm burning trash barrel. Meant to be on fire, you gonk! Look on your face. Brilliant. I'm not even... Now do I put it on? In defiance of all reason, now do I put it on? Alright, well, I don't know why I wouldn't put this on before the guy was looking directly at me, but I'll, you know, follow your lead on this one, game. Time to try this. Can't bring myself to call it a disguise. Time to try whatever this is out. Yeah, spitting image. Do you think, son, that I've not seen my share of disguises? This one's particularly poor. And what with it partially made up of some fungus and you lacking a certain floaty quality, transparent, it was worth a shot. It was. I wish that agent I sent was so innovative. I tell you what, son, in you go. Maybe you can solve this thing after all. What about, jurisdiction? Jurisdiction. I'll paperwork up a solution. Now, off with you before I change my mind. Right, thanks. That is a very amusing solution. You know, that is a fair point, Hag. It's backwards logic in the dark side. But I greatly appreciate just the fact that it's like, yeah, like intuitively, the game presents you with a situation where, like, you are like the doppelganger of this guy. So maybe if you looked like him, you'd gain access. And, you know, following typical point-and-click puzzle solutions, you get a disguise that would not really fool a normal person. And it doesn't work, but it works because it's an adventure game. So because the control room is locked on our side, does that mean this one's unlocked? Hey. Look, there's a hang in there poster where the cat is Bones. You get it? Looks like he hung in there for too long. Oof. Key rack? Who doesn't like having keys? I got key. What's in the bin? A note saying, she loads me not. Nice, healthy relationship. Pretty sure they've used that joke on the Addams Family before. Line 1. Power control system. All systems operating correctly. Escape. Everything seems to be working correctly here. Let's not touch anything in case I change that. Anything else that I need to care about? In terms of hitbox, it's all just computer, right? And then key rack, frame solved, and bin. Okay, this room I will consider done. What about this bin? It's full of pictures of you, playing a game, where a tiny pixel man looks in a trash can, and pictures of you! Oh no, it hacked into my webcam, and now he's judging me. Do not go in there. Looking good, Frankie! I think you've let yourself go. Shut up, reflection! Wait, what? Wow, that's like my interactions with Mirror. Yeah, you came back at an unfortunate time for Twitch. Please don't use that stall. It's very much out of service. Seems to be something stuck in the toilet. That's better.
The eggs. I'm in flush.
I received the item plunger head. What did you call me? The ultimate accessory in toilet debungification. Now, the strange thing about that is that I feel like that puzzle was kind of wrong. If I was going to get... I mean, okay, so we're doing Bizarro logic, right? So to unclog the toilet, I must acquire a plunger. I guess. But, like, shouldn't I still have had to, like, use the handle on the toilet to get it out of there? If it was really stuck, what did I do? Shove my hand in the toilet? I'd rather not. Actually, wait, can I talk to John further? Did you just say flush?
No.
You definitely did. I'm a detective, and I don't miss things like talking toilets. Yeah, I don't miss them either. Good riddance.
Ah, you got me. I can talk. Big whoop. Just do your business and move on. I ain't breaking the laws, cop.
I'm okay, thanks. Talking toilet, eh? I thought I had a crappy job. It's a living. Got me a break and pays the bills. Yeah, there's that classic Flintstones gag. Alright.
Besides, I got dreams, man. I'm gonna be a star.
Dreams?
I'm gonna be a comedian, man. Wanna hear a joke?
As long as they're not too crappy. Nope, that one was too far. We already did it.
Everyone's a comedian. Forget it.
Seriously, I want to hear one of your jokes.
Okay. Why wouldn't Rex bark? He was a goldfish. Back for more?
Go on.
Why did the guy throw butter out of the window? He wanted to see a butterfly. Can't stay away, huh?
One more.
You call a donkey with 3 legs.
A one key?
No, you call it a donkey. Its physical disability should have no bearing on how you see it, you monster.
Got me there.
Nani?
Here's one for you. What's green and smelly?
Always comes back to toilet humor with you humans.
Oh, look, Mr. Potty Mouth is back. It's just a joke.
I forgive you, man. I hate to be a party pooper. But dumtish. I'm here all week. Try the veal. I'm joking. Don't try the veal. This is a bathroom.
I'm going now.
I don't blame you.
No, I'm done with this guy. Besides, I have a case to solve. Hey, I got an achievement for that. Alright, the middle one. This place looks familiar. Either that's a clue, or there's one lazy artist hanging around here. Yeah, so that just tells me there's a link between worlds. Huh, the water goes both clockwise and counterclockwise here. That means we must be in a quantum state of Australia. Okay, so if, as the game purports, there's a linkage between worlds, then the key that we found in the Nega world should open the locked control room on the other side, which sounds like it's important. I'm not immediately sure what I need the plunger for, because there aren't any remaining stuck toilets, I don't think. Hey, Dooley. See, these people look healthier. That's because they're alive, Dooley. Playing video games, listening to music, indulging in mind-altering substances? Guess they're living life to the fullest. I go now. Tentacle? No, but I want to be friends with the tentacle. Also, that's not how you would unclog a like you have to like Plunger doesn't do that. What's that you have there? It smells of evidence to me. But you shall not take it beyond this place. Looks like I'll have to put this key back until I find some other way to get it past him. Okay, I have an idea how to do that. Does that mean I can't leave here, or do they hold on to it? Okay, so I have to put it back, which is obnoxious. At least assuming that's the way the game treats it. It might be that I have to find a way to get past him rather than put it back. Someday you'll be mine, little key. Oh yes, you'll be mine. But like if you plunge the tentacle, then like won't you extract the tentacle? Also, Tentacle is a happy friend where he is. Okay, well I really wanted that key. But here we are. Well, the rat came back, but then he went away again. Hi. What are you gonna do, detective? I don't know. I need something to find. Yeah, I mean, I guess Plunger does. It's just, like, I feel like, let me put it this way. Why do I need to complete the plunger if I'm basically just gonna shove it down the pipe by pushing it with a stick? Couldn't I have just used the stick? I mean, we're probably gonna flush the key down the toilet is my guess, if this works. Right, you little sucker. Ha, sucker. Tentacles. Very good. I should be helping, shouldn't I? Bye, Tentacle. I miss you. You're a good friend. Wonder where the fella is now. I don't know. But I'm gonna see if I can flush a key through worlds. No, I apologize. Very good. Alright, now I'm gonna do that thing I said. Take. Leave. Enter. Enter. There's my little Wrigley buddy. So this is where I sent you, eh? Will you hold on to the key for me? Hold on to this for me, would you, buddy? Yeah, look at him go. I feel better about this since he's our friend and not just something we dispose of. Alright, now I'm going to manhandle you, because I'm a terrible friend. When I plunge you, Dave, remember that I plunge you with love. It's a little annoying that these are basically the far ends of the... Sorry.
Squeak, squeak.
This rat just won't get out of the way. Hey, buddy? Could you... Thanks, Dave. Did you name the tentacle Dave? Don't be jealous, Dooley. You're still my favorite. But now he's gone. Why is he gone? He should be friend forever. I miss Dave. I wonder where the wee fella is now. Yeah, that's definitely great. I like that I can continually just go in and out of the toilet stall and make the rat squeak. Can we talk to this guy? Nah, it's the same as before. Dave's a pretty good sidekick. In fairness, Dooley is also a good sidekick. He's not Bob the terrible sidekick from Lamplight City. That seems to have worked. Let's see what's behind door number 2. No, door number 2 was in the room we just came from.
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak. Engineer Tam? What? How'd you get in here? Tam locked that door from the inside. This is your handiwork, I take it? He shouldn't have fired old Tam for sleeping on the job. Told him he did his black magic classes started at midnight and ran through. Morning shifts ain't for old Tam. Heavy sleeper he is. Book him, Dooley. I left my book at the station. Can I use these handcuffs instead? So now I have to fix the computer, I guess? Get out of there, guy. I've seen what happens to you if you hang in there for too long. What are you talking about? I've seen things, Dooley. Stop going through the trash. An unexpected but strangely relevant note in the trash. Looks like this place was the scene of some occultic goings-on. Cinnamon candles remind me of Christmas, though, which is nice. Old Tam was always fond of Christmas. Pappy used to buy us all trains, and Mama gave us voodoo dolls. Magical time of year. Is there a puzzle here? Some bad hoodoo. Tom must have installed an occult virus on the controls that's causing all these problems. Eject disk? An old floppy disk popped out. This must be how the virus was installed. It could prove useful. First disk. What I was expecting, but okay. People will think twice about firing old Tam now. Think twice about hiring you, too. Wait, what? Oh, I know. I can get... Roxa has a computer. She can corrupt the virus or something. Some sort of thing. Detective? Yes? Have we tried turning it off and back on again? Which, the computer? I was gonna say the train station, but what you said makes more sense. Stay here, Dooley, and make sure this guy doesn't get away. And then how's old Tam meant to escape? That's the whole point. Well, that ain't fair. There are maybe a few screens that we don't entirely need here, but this is fun. Could you please help with this? Roxette, can you make any sense of this virus? Let me see. Oh, this is an occult virus. Yeah, I think it's to blame for all that's going on. I could probably walk you through how to make it an antivirus on my machine. That's what I was hoping for. Thanks. So, what do I do? You need to clean the infection disk sectors. Sounds easy. Not so easy. It's a virus, so each sector you clean will infect those around it. You can also lure the virus from infected sectors onto clean ones, cleaning infected areas. Why would I do that? To beat the virus, you have to make sure it has nowhere to hide. That'll involve tricking it. This sounds harder than I was expecting. Don't worry, I've made a backup. Just hit reset if you need me to roll back so you can start again. Thanks. Okay, let's do this. That was a really complicated way of explaining a really common, like, puzzle game puzzle. Not quite. I could think about this, or I could keep randomly clicking until I win. Obviously, one of those is more time efficient. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, great. And you're sure this will work? Sure is a strong word when dabbling with the occult, but I think so, yes. Well, if it does, the city owes you big time. Really? Because I'm only on this train due to a mountain of parking tickets. Antivirus disks. He moved, but he didn't stop me. Do something? Oh, that was weird. He moved. He moved and has nothing new to say. Okay. Antivirus disk. Uploading antivirus now. Great work, Detective. You got the trains moving again. Dooley, you understand what just happened here, right? No. Let's get this guy to the cells. How you gonna get me there? Train ain't running. We just talked about how that was fixed. Weren't you listening? Plus, we have a car. This has not been a good day for Tan. I say stuff like this all the time to myself, alone in my apartment. I guess that's why I'm a streamer. Case closed. Ticket to ride. The best puzzle can be solved by clicking randomly. That's at least half true. Alright, speaking of at least half. This is tricky. So we're like kind of close to the end of like a 3-hour stream. Which is like, you know, the baseline. Will it take me like a stream's worth of time to finish each 3 cases? If so, it feels like maybe it's best to like do the next ones next week? I think at least some of you in chat are familiar enough with this game to answer that question. Like, obviously I don't need, like, story spoilers, but, like, would, like, roughly... It just seems easier to, like, not start a new case. How long did that last one take? Like, 50 minutes? Yeah, I feel like trying to split it in 3 makes sense. I guess out of curiosity, if you know, which I assume you do, but you may not. What's the deal with these bonus cases? Because, like, I think the game only had 6 until I went into the menu and flipped that, which is, like, interesting. Is that, like, a DLC thing? I was hypothesizing about this earlier, but I don't know. Okay, let's, I shouldn't need to save because it auto-saves and it has the next case open. Right? One thing I'm curious about is, I'm guessing that turning police corruption off just, like, removes a few lines of dialogue where the police make jokes about, like, bartering for people to get out of crimes and stuff. Sequel actually just announced their last update case. I hope they put out a 3rd game, though. That's exciting. I know that another game exists, but I don't know anything more about it than this. I mean, if this is really the vibe people are digging, like, we could try and pick that up after finishing this game, because it shouldn't take us all of October to do this. But I will, let's close that for now. Oh, this screen doesn't make any noise, so I don't have to close it, I guess. I'm gonna not close it because I'm concerned about what closing it is gonna do to my computer and OBS and various things. Well, this has been great. It's not often that, even in the realm of puzzle and point-and-click adventure games that, as a genre, I like quite a lot, that I find one that I don't have any, like, major problems with, and specifically like some of its design choices, and has a lot of fun dialogue, and hasn't had any, like, completely bonkers logic that's, like, impossible to decode with the human brain. So, like, that bodes really well. I'm having fun. It sounds like people in chat are liking it. Now we have 2 sidekicks, Dave and Dooley. I hope that Dave continues to show up in every toilet forever. But yeah, I know it's like a little short. I imagine like next week will be like a little longer. I assume the cases get a little bit longer. That first one was very short, so even if they're all like a little over an hour from here on out, we'll probably get like a normal length. But I feel like I'd rather split it evenly, and this seems like the best way to do it. So again, I apologize for being a little short, but I've been having a lot of fun. We'll definitely play this more next Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Next Friday, we will play another installment of 999, one of my favorite horror-themed games of all time, for sure. We're making some progress. Chat's got some really interesting theories cooking now, and I'm excited to see people's reactions to things as we discover them in the game. I do encourage people to watch because it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm trying to engineer it so that chat gets to say how things are unfold, not untold. Unplay the game. But yeah, if and when we complete this game, which it seems like we won't get stuck or hate it so much that we'll stop, so probably when we complete this game later this month, we'll figure out what sounds like the next thing to do. There were a few things in the poll I put on the Discord that were pretty much all tied for second place, but everyone seemed excited about this, and for good reason. It's been great. So before we sign off for the stream, and I leave you to the rest of your weekend, there's one final order of business, and that is to find Secret Squirtle, because somewhere on the couch behind me, I've hidden a Secret Squirtle. If it's right there and you can see it in plain sight, that's not a Secret Squirtle. So I will enjoy a small quantity of this 100% juice apple while you consider where that Squirtle might be hiding, because keep in mind that if you locate a Secret Squirtle, it's a indicator of good luck in the week to come. So maybe you need it.
Giraffe.
I know I do. Is that a giraffe guess? Does that mean I need to get some sort of like rat plush so that people can guess what squeak squeak? I wonder eventually how many animal noises we'll have, and whether we could have like a whole chat like speak and spell situation. I think the overt Squirtle is an indicator of the Squirtle's position. It's happened before.
It's somewhat effective!
It is somewhat effective. One can never be too sure how effective, though. Any last guesses? I know I'm wrapping things up rather quickly. It's not even 9. Does anyone have any questions about October plans or anything? I'm still sort of trying to feel out whether it will be plausible for my schedule to do like a bonus stream. But just to mention it for the record, if we do a Halloween bonus like we did last year, it would probably be on Sunday, like the afternoon of Sunday the 30th. Because I typically do not like streaming on weeknights. I've done it in the past. It's not great. I got work in the morning. Still have to work on what that stream would entail. But again, that's part of the future discussion. All right, let's go take a look where that Squirtle at. Okay. So, multiple guesses behind everyone's favorite costume cat, this cat pretending to be Giraffe. Hiding back there was the spooky ghost! Just kidding, he's extremely friendly. He's even trying to give you candy. And he's so dapper, he's got that tie on. Unfortunately not a Squirtle, though. Haggis had guessed underneath this very visible Squirtle. But alas, that was the hiding place of Small Winnie the Pooh. This Squirtle, not a secret. He was hanging out. And missed one. Neko had guessed that the secret Squirtle was behind a blue face. Behind blue face is, in fact, the location of our secret Squirtle. Congratulations, Neko. have another one of these. That is a spooktacular ghost. You're not wrong. You're completely correct. You found it. Maybe that's a thing I need to do. Is like record myself saying you found it, and then like put a backing track of the you found it noise from Zero Escape, and then just like make that some sort of success noise. Syllables are hard. Yes, congratulations, Snego, for locating the secret squirrel. I hope the luck treats you well, and that you get some good rest. It sounded like you had a pretty good week this week. You got to feed the fruit bats, and you got a bag full of like fruit bat souvenirs. But yeah, that'll do it for this stream. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody hanging out and, you know, enduring the cavalcade of the Vasco voices. They are sometimes inconsistent, sometimes frankly unpleasant to listen to. But this game's been great. I've been really pleased with it. It looks cool, but like there's a lot of games that look cool that I don't love. And so far this game has really been good. It's like S tier so far. Like my gripes are so minor that like I don't even like really care. But yeah, we'll be back next week, 6 p.m. Pacific on Friday. If you want to catch some 999 or I always forget the order on this, and I've become more aware of it since I've been tagging stuff. It's 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, I think is the order of the actual full title. And then next Saturday, we'll be back at 6 p.m. Pacific for presumably the next 3 cases in the Darkside Detective. And in the meantime, hope you all have a good time, good rest of the weekend. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you all again soon. Looking forward to it. And again, hope you have a good time. Until then, whenever it may be.